18 is a very important age for any teenager to turn. It's when you're finally old enough to vote, go to war, or get into bars. It's when you're finally at the legal age to be your own independent individual. It's the first year when you're not considered a teen anymore but an adult. But to my kind, it's a lot more than that. It's everything. And you want to know why? Because at 18 I can find my mate. 2 werewolves. Turning 18 is the most important year of our lives. It symbolizes us blooming into a grown wolf who can go out on our own and start our own family. And all that starts with turning 18 and finding the soulmate we've been destined to find since the day we were born. I am positive that my mate will be the man of my dreams. Or at least I hope so. Paisley, can you come down here, please? A big and intimidating yet lovable voice yells. I grin at the sound of his voice. Coming, Daddy, I yell down the stairs. When I walk down the stairs and into my father's office, I immediately smell Old Spice cigars and mint. It's my father's scent that sends me straight back to my earliest days as a child when Mom was still alive. Hey, Angel. How was your day? My dad asks, and gives me a tight hug and a kiss on the forehead. My dad is Alarik Darkwood. He's one of the most feared alphas of our time. But to me, he is just a giant teddy bear and my best friend. Awesome. I went to Lena's house and we decided on the details for my birthday party. I tell him and his mouth turns up into one of the biggest smiles I have ever seen. Well, I'm happy you're happy, he says, and I smile. But, he begins to say, and my smile fades. I know my dad well enough to know when he says the word, but. Some huge bombshell is about to be dropped. Hey, Dad, I'm sorry to cut this short, but I have to go meet Keela. I'm already late and she's waiting on me. I love you. See you later, I say and give him a kiss on the cheek before dashing out of the house. I don't really have to meet my friend Keela anywhere, and I feel terrible for lying to him. But I have a gut feeling that whatever bombshell my dad was about to drop, I wasn't going to like. So instead of sticking around the house, I make my way to my safe haven. The one place I've always gravitated to when I needed to be alone and give myself time to think. The woods. Others may find the woods scary and intimidating, but not me. I find it to be calming and serene. I guess I get that from my mom. She was always coming out to the woods when her duties as Luna got too stressful. My dad was always asking her why she chose the woods as a place to think, and she would always answer by saying, "It's quiet out there." Instead of hearing the voices of hundreds of people, I only hear the sound of the wind blowing through the trees and the animals scurrying about. I personally loved that answer. Dad, not so much. He would always sneak off after her and make sure she got back home safely. It annoyed my mother to no end. But she put up with it because she knew my dad needed to know she was safe or else he would lose his mind. Losing her was hard on all of us, but my dad had it the worst. He lost his soulmate and one true love the day she died. And that's something he'll never be able to get over. It's why he's so overprotective when it comes to me and my little brother. It's why I'm extremely careful when I come out here by myself. Because you never know who or what you'll run into out here. I make it to the edge of the forest and find a tree to leave my clothes at while I run. I look around and make sure no one is watching before I strip down and start to shift. I can feel my bones starting to break and reform. It hurts a little, but as the years go by, I find it easier to bite back the pain. When I first shifted, I genuinely thought I was going to die. The pain was indescribable. I fought back the tears but screamed like a banshee. Now, however, I can shift without feeling much pain at all. It's just uncomfortable more than anything, but it feels natural and right. As soon as I completely shift into my wolf, I take off. I run as fast as I can while dodging trees and jumping over fallen branches. I miss this. I miss the wild feeling you get when you run free. I miss the feeling of letting go and letting all of my troubles escape my mind for a little while. It's refreshing, and above all, it's fun. I've been running for about 2 hours when I decide to stop at a creek for some water. It's then that I see something from the corner of my eye that catches my attention. Another wolf. But not just any wolf. An alpha. You can easily tell the difference between a normal wolf and an alpha wolf. Alpha wolves are a lot bigger than your regular wolf. They have bigger canines and claws. They have this fire in their eyes that normal wolves just don't seem to have. They have this intimidating nature about them that warns others off. I try and carefully make my way back to the trees, but I fail epically when I step on a branch and it makes a loud snapping noise. The alpha's head snaps up in my direction and I curse under my breath. He's caught me. He steps closer to me and growls. Well. Oh no. The closer he gets, the better I can see his gorgeous eyes. They are a glowing light blue color that stands out against his midnight black fur. He is undeniably gorgeous, unlike myself. Sure, I have pretty brown eyes that reflect more green when I shift. But they are nothing compared to his. He suddenly stops walking and instead of growling at me, he purrs. What the hell? He begins to shift back into his human form, and when I see who he actually is, I'm shocked but also pissed. Mason Riddle. You have got to be kidding me. Mason and I have a long history that dates all the way back to kindergarten. The jerk would always single me out of everybody else in our class and constantly pick on me. He made my elementary and middle school years a living hell. He would do absolutely anything to get a rise out of me. He is such a pain in the posterior. But I can't deny he is one hot pain in the posterior. He has gorgeous brown hair, and I hate to admit it, but he also has a to-die-for six-pack. Putting all that to the side for a second. What the actual hell is he doing out here in the middle of the woods, purring at me like a flipping cat? Hey there, stranger. He says with a smug grin that I would love to smack off his pretty boy face. Screw off, Mason, I say after I shift back into my human form. Well, that's no way to greet a friend. Now is it? Damn him, and that hot yet annoying voice. You are not a friend of mine, I bluntly say. Well, that's no way to talk to an alpha, is it? How would your daddy feel if he found out you were out here in the woods disrespecting your superior? He says, and my body tenses up. Sadly. He's right. He is technically my superior since he became alpha, but that doesn't give him a reason to harass me like this. Plus, my father is an alpha too, and would want me to put this jerk in his place. My father is an alpha too, in case you forgot. I don't like throwing my dad's title around. But for this jerk, I can make the exception. I remember, babe. I just don't care. I don't have a comeback for that other than telling him to bite me, which I know he will counter with some suggestive retort. So I keep my mouth closed. I also don't think he would like you being out here naked in the woods with me. And there's that smug grin again. I would give anything to slap off his face. Wait. What did he say? I look down and realize I shifted without thinking. I left my clothes at the tree across the forest. But I'm not the only one. Mason doesn't have clothes on either. The difference being he is super proud of himself and how much he works out even though he doesn't need to. I hate to say it, but he does have a lot to be proud of. I quickly shift back into my wolf form and head towards the tree with my clothes. I almost expected for him to run after me, but when he doesn't, I'm kind of disappointed. I can't think straight around him. He messes with my mind. Tomorrow is Monday, though, and we have school, so I'll have to hear about our little encounter again. If he has one decent bone in his body, then he won't mention it to anyone. But knowing him, the whole darn school will know before second period. I hate my life. But more than that, I hate Mason Riddle. Once I step through the front door of my house, my dad barrels over to me and pulls me into a bone-crushing hug. Where the hell have you been? I was worried sick about you. You have been gone for 4 hours. What do you have to say for yourself? My dad yells after releasing me. I'm sorry, Daddy. I guess the time just got away from me. In all honesty, after the encounter with Mason, I ran more to try and clear my head. Obviously, though, it didn't work. Yeah, well, you're grounded, he says firmly. What, grounded? Why the hell am I grounded? It's not like I snuck off and met up with someone in the woods. Actually, never mind. Yes. You had me and Jamie worried as heck. You're grounded. End of discussion. And with that, he walks back into his office and slams the door. By now, you're probably wondering who Jamie is. Jamie is my 4-year-old little brother. Ever since my mom passed away, I have cared for my little brother like he was my own child. I love him to death and would do absolutely anything for him. I feel terrible about worrying them so much. Sure, I'm pissed that I'm grounded, but I understand. My dad still isn't over my mom's death, and Jamie would be crushed if something happened to me. Being grounded means I can't go anywhere but school and home. I also won't be allowed to shift for a whole week, which is just unhuman or unwolf or what the hell ever. I walk up to my room and slam my door shut. I go into my bathroom and take a nice, hot shower. I stand there for a good 20 minutes, just letting the warm water wash out all the tension in my body. I step out of the shower and dry myself off before putting on my pajamas and slipping into bed. I usually fall asleep around midnight, but tonight I fall asleep as soon as my face hits the pillow. Next morning, I wake up when I feel someone jump on top of me. "Paisley, get up," Jamie yells. Okay. I'm up. What's the matter? Nothing. I just want you to take me to preschool today. He says with those darn puppy dog eyes he knows I can't say no to. Daddy always takes you to school. I groan. I know, but I want you to. Please, he holds out the please and starts to whimper. Darn it. Okay, darn. I'm up. Now run off and let me get dressed. I finally give in. I notice Jamie's face scrunch up in disgust. What I ask? Bad word. He pouts. Aw, he's so cute. Even when he tries to boss me around. I'm sorry. I apologize and kiss his cheek. He gives me a happy grin and walks out of the room, leaving me alone to get ready. I throw on some white jeans with a casual blue shirt and my gray Vans. I walk downstairs into the kitchen to find Jamie and my dad eating breakfast at the table. Good morning, sweetheart. My dad says and gets up to kiss my cheek, but I dodge it. Morning, I say nonchalantly and fix myself a plate of toast and eggs. Are you still mad about being grounded? He asks. I want to look at him and say, no kidding. But instead, I just nod and sit down at the table. Okay, and I can understand that. But you need to understand that you are my only daughter, and I worry about you. Soon you will find your mate and leave me and Jamie. His voice wavers at the end, and I can see the sadness in his tired eyes. Daddy, no matter what happens, I will always be your little girl, and I won't just leave you and Jamie. I will always be here for you both. I love you. I reassure him with a kiss on the cheek. I love you too. Now get to school before you and Jamie are late. He hugs both me and Jamie goodbye. A few minutes later, Jamie and I are in my car headed to school. I don't care, I love it, I don't care. You're on a different road. I'm in the Milky Way. You want me down on Earth, but I am up in space. You're so dang hard to please, we gotta kill the switch. You're from the 70s, but I'm a 90s bitch, I love it. Jamie screams out the lyrics and I gasp, causing him to stop singing and look at me. I turn down the radio and stare at him until I break out into wild laughter. I'm laughing so hard I'm on the verge of tears. What's so funny, sissy? Jamie asks so innocently. Nothing. I will have to explain it to him later because we just pulled up to his school. Okay. Love you, sissy. He kisses my cheek and opens the car door. I love you too. Be safe and have a great day, Bubba. 10 minutes later, I pull into my high school's parking lot and get out of my car. I can feel someone's eyes on me, so I turn around to find Mason across the courtyard, staring at me with a strange look on his face. Damn. Why did she have to wear those jeans? The ones that hug her long legs and make her naturally tan skin look even darker. She looks way too good in those and she doesn't even know it. She's been on my mind ever since our run-in in the woods and it's killing me. I can't think straight around her and I can't think about anything else but her. What is she doing to me? Her eyes meet mine, but she quickly looks away while a blush stains her cheeks. God, she's adorable. Mason, I hear Angelina yell from somewhere behind me. What I snap at her, annoyed. She's a nice girl, but she's constantly flirting with me and trying to get me to be intimate with her so she can brag about betting the alpha. Well, sorry, but not going to happen. I only have eyes for a certain feisty brunette. She flinches and fear flashes in her eyes but quickly recovers with a fake smile. What's the matter, babe? You look tense. She says and starts to massage my shoulders, but I shrug her off. Nothing. And keep your hands to yourself. I huff and walk away, leaving her standing there with her mouth open. I don't mean to be rude to my pack members, but darn, that girl is annoying. Unlike Paisley, my wolf says to me, yeah, let's not talk about it. You know you want her. Shut it. Whatever. Well, someone's sassy today. I was about to walk into first period when all of a sudden someone grabs my arms and pulls me into the janitor's closet. They must not know I'm an alpha and that you never touch an alpha without permission. I was about to punch the person who grabbed me, but my wolf stops me. I catch a familiar, intoxicating scent, and I immediately know who it is. Paisley. Paisley. What the hell? I whisper yell. I'm not really sure why I got this tingling feeling when my skin made contact with Mason's, but I did. Paisley. What the hell? Mason whisper yells. Look. You can't tell anyone about what happened the other day. Got it, I snap. He then shoots me a smug grin and I know it's all about to go downhill. Why? You don't want your daddy to find out, or is it you don't want your friends to find out? He questions with that damn grin. I'm this close to punching off his face. Just don't say anything to anybody or else I threaten before I can stop myself. I gasp when my brain finally catches up with the words I just uttered. You can't just go around threatening alphas. It's considered highly disrespectful and you could be killed for doing it. He takes a step towards me and I tense up with fear. I expect to feel the cracking of my own neck, but instead I feel a hot breath against my face. What the hell? I'm not gonna kill you. Relax, he says. Okay, before I can ask what he is gonna do. He attacks my lips with his. Holy moly, what the hell? Before I realize it, I am kissing him back and man, it's amazing. I open my mouth and allow him access. Our tongues move together and my knees almost give out. Oh wow. I feel his hands gripping at my waist, pulling me closer into him. I throw my arms around his neck and tug at his hair. Mason Riddle is kissing me. Holy cow. Mason Riddle is kissing me. And he's is an alpha, and I haven't found my mate yet. And wait, my mate. Could he be my mate? The tingling sensation and my wolf are telling me yes, but my head is telling me no. Before this goes any further, I push him off and run out of the closet without looking back. Holy crap. I honestly think Mason Riddle, my childhood enemy and ruthless alpha, could be my mate. The rest of the day goes by quick, but all I can think about all day is that kiss. I mean, it was passionate and hot as heck, but so wrong. I think. But it was with Mason, so it will never be spoken of ever again. All these thoughts are running through my head as I pull into the drive at Jamie's preschool and wait for him to come out. 15 slow minutes pass by and there's still no sign of Jamie. I turn the car off and get out. I stomp over towards the doors and make my way inside to look for Jamie. All of a sudden I feel arms wrap around me and I'm a little taken back, so I almost fall over. Oh, Ms. Darkwood, I'm glad you're here. I'm so sorry, I already called your dad and he is on his way here now, she says and breaks down into tears. What the hell is she talking about? Yeah. What are you talking about? I ask as I pull her off of me as nicely as possible. It's Jamie. He's missing, she says between sobs. Out of all the things I expected to come out of her mouth, that was surely not one of them. My little 4-year-old brother is missing. How in the actual heck do you lose a kid from preschool? What? Where is he? I nearly scream at her and break down into tears as the door behind me opens up. I turn around to see my dad running towards me with his arms open wide. Daddy, I call and run into his arms. He pulls me to his chest as I cry on his shoulder. What happened? My dad yells at Jamie's teacher. She flinches and says, I don't know. He was with us at recess, but when we came back in, he was gone. I understand that she probably feels terrible right now, but if she doesn't stop crying, my wolf is going to take over and do something so vicious that no preschooler should ever have to see. I can tell my dad feels the exact same way because he's struggling to keep his claws in and his eyes, their dark brown color instead of a jet black. Instead of reprimanding the woman out like I assumed he would, my dad grabs my hand and races out of the building, dragging me with him. Daddy, wait, stop. Where are we going? I question. We're going to go find your brother and rip the head off the son of a dog that took him. He growls. Yeah. I guess that should have been obvious. When we do find Jamie, I am never going to let him out of my sight again. And I'm going to make sure whoever took him pays dearly for it. One thing you just don't do is mess with my baby brother. Paisley, I hear my dad yell from down the hall. It's been 2 hours since we found out Jamie was taken and still nothing. We've contacted everyone we could think of. Sent out all of our best trackers, and even notified the local police station, which is something we wolves rarely do. But we're desperate right now, and we'll do anything and everything to find Jamie and bring him back home safely. Dad even called in a few of the neighboring alphas to help with the search. They were of course more than happy to help, and now they're here helping us try and locate Jamie. Did they find him? I run into his office and ask with hopeful eyes. We believe so. Alpha Jared here said his trackers followed a scent similar to Jamie's all the way to Bennett's territory. Dad says with murderous eyes. Bennett, are you serious? Yes. Dad growls. He's beyond pissed off and for good reason. Bennett used to be my dad's beta before he was mysteriously kicked out of the pack and labeled as a rogue. A rogue is a wolf who has left his or her pack for whatever reason. Most rogues are bloodthirsty and dangerous due to the lack of structure and protection only a pack can provide. The rogue has been looking for a way to get revenge since the day I had to kick him out of the pack. Dad snarls and I take a step back. I know he wouldn't hurt me on purpose, but an angry wolf is not a wolf in control of himself or his actions. My dad never told me what happened and why he was kicked out of the pack. But he was. The sound of the doorbell brings me out of my thoughts. Paisley, sweetie, will you go let whoever that is in? It's probably Alpha Mason. He's the only one we're waiting on. Dad says, and it feels like my heart stops beating inside my chest. Alpha Mason, I ask timidly. Yes. Is that a problem? He raises his brow at me while a suspicious expression takes over his face. No, not all. I answer before stepping out of the room. Calm down, Paisley, and get your act together. It's just Mason. I mentally prepare myself for the encounter as I come to a stop at the front door. I take a deep breath in before grabbing the door handle and turning it. I swing open the door to reveal a concerned-looking Mason. Sorry I couldn't get here sooner. Traffic was difficult. He says. Oh, it's you. He says when he realizes it's me. Yeah, it's me. I say while standing there awkwardly. Are you okay? I know how close you are with Jamie, and I know how hard this must be for you. He says sympathetically while staring at me with those gorgeous brown eyes. I'm about as well as can be expected. I guess I'm just more pissed off than anything, and I want my little brother back. We'll get him back, Paisley, I promise. He reassures me by pulling me into his strong arms. I feel those pleasurable tingles only your mate can bring, and I hesitantly wrap my arms around his waist. I can feel him smile into my hair and pull me tighter against him. It's when I hear footsteps coming our way that I freak out and pull away from him. I take a few steps back just as my dad and the other visiting alphas walk into the room. Alpha Mason, thank you for coming. We really appreciate your help. My dad says before shaking hands with Mason. I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic was terrible. Mason apologizes. Oh, it's not a problem. Paisley and I are just glad you're here, Dad says, and Mason shoots me a heated look. Of course. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. My face heats up at the obvious double meaning behind his statement. The men make their way into my father's office to decide how they will go about getting Jamie back. I personally would go in guns blazing, but that's probably not the best strategy in this situation. Mason falls in last and stops at me while the others walk ahead. I am happy to see you, though. I just wish it could have been under different circumstances, he says and shows off his pearly whites. Darn, even his teeth are gorgeous. Well, I wish I could say the same. I snap and begin to walk away. Mason grabs my arms and pulls me back to him. The tingling sensation takes over, but I know I have to stay focused. I look down at Mason's grip on my arm and then back up at him. He lets go and apologizes. Paisley, I'm really trying here. He sends me a pleading look and I instantly feel guilty. Mason, let's go. The others are waiting. I hear my dad call from his office. Mason sends me one last look before walking off, leaving me feeling worse than before. A little later, we finally located Bennett and have come up with a plan. Okay. We have word on Bennett. He is in his territory for sure, but we're not positive on how long he'll be there. Let's go get my son back. My dad says and kisses the top of my head. We all rush out outside and shift into our wolves. Stay near me at all times. Got it, my dad mind links me. Got it. Wolves can talk to each other through mind link. We use this in battles or if we ever need each other. When you find your mate, the mind link becomes more powerful. You can hear each other's thoughts and feel each other's feelings. I know you're scared for Jamie, but he will be okay. Who is that? I look over and see a midnight black wolf with blue eyes staring me down. Mason. Thank you. With that, we all take off sprinting towards Bennett's territory. About 10 minutes later, we arrive. We're all on high alert, and I know the smallest thing will set any of us off. We are ready for a fight. Do you smell that I mind-link Jack? One of my best friends, and my dad's new beta's son. Rogues. He links back and makes a face full of disgust. Yeah, rouges do smell pretty bad. But they're not the only thing I can smell. The other scent is so faint but smells so familiar. It smells like lollipops and leaves. Jamie. But I also smell blood. Oh no. We quietly make our way down to their pack house in hopes of getting the jump on them. Which is stupid because they have to know we are coming. Just my opinion though. Stay low and keep quiet. We don't want to alert them of our presence. My dad links us all. We separate into small groups and try surrounding their pack house and as much as their territory as we can. I'm going to find Bennett and your brother. I know I told you to keep near me at all times, but now I'm telling you to stay with everyone else where I know you'll be safe. No one here will let anything happen to you. They know if they do, I'll kill them. Dad links me. I ignore the urge to roll my eyes at him. I am perfectly capable of watching out for and protecting myself. I'm not a pup anymore. Paisley, my dad asks when I don't answer. Got it. I reply, and he nods his head before taking off in search of Bennett. Everything else seems to be going according to plan until I see out of the corner of my eye one Bennett's warriors creeping up behind one of our men. Jack notices this too, and runs to protect our pack member. As soon Jack gets a hold of the enemy wolf, the fight begins. I attack the nearest enemy wolf I can find, which is a huge male wolf twice my size. Probably not my brightest idea, but forget it. I jump on his back and bite into his neck. He howls in pain and bucks me off like a bull. I fall to the ground a couple feet away and watch as he gets up and jumps on top of me. He bites my leg with his sharp canines and I whimper in pain. I hear Paisley whimper in pain and immediately run to her aid. Only she would find a male wolf twice her size to fight. I barrel into the wolf on top of my mate head first and send him flying sideways. I run after him and latch onto his neck as hard as I can. I snap his neck between my jaws and release him when I know he's dead. No one harms my mate and lives to tell about it. I quickly make my way back over to Paisley to assess her injuries. I gently nudge at her injured leg and begin to lick the wound, but stop when she snaps her jaw at me. I'm fine. She links me before taking off and tackling another one of Bennett's men to the ground. I watch as she bites his leg between her canines and snaps it in half. She then goes for his neck, and at the same time hits him with her paw, rendering him unable to move. Damn, she's incredible. Suddenly, Paisley lifts her head up in alert and darts toward the front door of their pack house without warning. What the hell is she doing? I mind-link my beta Dawson and tell him I'm going after her. He assures me they got it under control and to follow her. I dart in the direction Paisley went towards the house. I make my way inside where I see Paisley making her way quickly up the stairs. Paisley, no, I try to order her through our link, but she doesn't listen. Not that I actually expected her to anyways. I run after her and come to an abrupt stop when I get to where she is, which is a small room on the second floor. I look into the room to find Jamie locked in a cage, but no sign of Alpha Alarik or Bennett. Poor kid looks terrified at first, but when he sees it's his sister, his face automatically brightens up. Paisley quickly shifts into her human form, not caring about anything else but getting Jamie out of that cage. She effortlessly breaks the lock and swings the door open. Jamie runs into her open arms where she cradles his head to her shoulder. She'll make an amazing mother one day. I think to myself, "Are you okay? Did they hurt you?" she frantically asks him. "I'm fine, and no, they didn't hurt me," he says while wiping the tears away from his eyes. "I was so scared, sissy," he says, and I can practically see the heartbreak on Paisley's gorgeous face. "It's okay, Bubba. I got you now, and I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to you," she says while caressing his face. She looks back and makes eye contact with me. "I need you to take him back to our territory and make sure he's okay. I'm gonna go find my dad," she tells me. Is she out of her mind? There is no way in heck I'm letting her go alone. Before I can protest, though, she lifts Jamie on my back, shifts, and runs out the door. Darn it, Paisley. "Paisley, come back!" Jamie yells. "It's okay, buddy. I got you, and I'm going to keep you safe." I link him to try and calm him down. He nods his head and buries his head into my fur. I know Paisley is already out of hearing range, so I run out of the room and follow her scent. Once she sees I still have Jamie on my back, she's gonna kill me, but I can't just leave her alone in this fight. She's my mate, and I have to protect her. I track her scent down to a small pond, but there's still no sight of her. I focus on mind-linking her, but she won't answer me. Darn it, Paisley, answer me. I wait a couple minutes and still no answer. Then all of a sudden, a wolf comes out of nowhere and tackles me with Jamie still on my back. I get up quickly and carry Jamie off to the side behind a tree before turning around and attacking the jerk that tackled me. We roll around biting and tearing at each other's throats. He bites my neck, but I quickly react and claw at his head. He goes down and it looks like I have won until he gets back up and lunges himself at me. Doesn't this guy know when to give up and accept defeat? He tries to bite at my leg, but I dodge him. I guess not. That's when we hear a vicious howl coming from behind us and we stop fighting. We turn around to find Paisley darting to us. Probably to help me. Or at least I thought she was until she knocks the other wolf off and claws at my throat. She growls at me, then climbs off and checks on the other wolf. What the hell? It's not until the other wolf shifts back that I figure out I was actually fighting Alpha Alarik. Not Bennett. Oh no. Not exactly the best way to win your future father-in-law over. I shift back to my human form and run over to Paisley and her dad. What the hell is your problem? Paisley yells at me. I swear I didn't know it was your dad. I tell her. All she does is shoot daggers at me with her eyes. But you also brought Jamie here when I told you to take him home, yep. She's pissed. For goodness sake, put some darn clothes on around my daughter, Alpha Alarik yells. Nothing she hasn't seen before. I mutter under my breath. What the hell did you just say? He snaps. Nothing, Paisley goes to say, but is interrupted. No. He said nothing you haven't seen before, Paisley. What the hell is going on here? He yells. Dad, we'll talk about it later. Right now, we gotta get Jamie out of here and back home where he's safe. She says calmly before shifting back into her wolf and running towards Jamie. Alarik sends me a murderous glare before following after them. Oh boy. The whole way home, my anxiety kept conjuring up scenarios of how bad telling my father the truth would go. Although somewhat different. Each one ended with Mason and my father fighting to the death. That's a little dramatic, though. Right, as soon as we get back home, I run Jamie a bath to get warm. His little body was shivering the whole trip back, and I couldn't tell if it was because he was cold or still scared after being kidnapped. Probably both. After his bath, I hem off, throw on his pajamas, and put him to bed. He tries to make conversation with me, but I cut him off and tell him he needs to go to sleep. He needs the rest, and I also don't want him to be awake for the argument that's bound to occur here soon. I kiss his forehead and tell him I love him before turning off his lights, closing his door, and making my way downstairs where my father and Mason are waiting. I make eye contact with Mason as soon as I walk in the room, but I can't decipher the look in his eyes. It's unreadable, which scares me. No one makes a move to say anything, which I can tell pisses my dad off. Okay, so someone needs to talk. Now, he demands. Again. We all remain silent, which was a mistake. My dad, being the most least patient person I know, smashes his hand through our coffee table and asks again, well, someone's a bit of a drama queen tonight. Paisley is my mate. Mason says possessively. What? My dad screams. We think we are. We aren't for sure yet. I clarify. No. I'm positive we are. I give Mason a look that says to shut the hell up, but he brushes it off. Instead of replying, my dad just stands there with a blank look on his face. Look. I know we haven't always got along. Mason begins to say, but you're my mate, and now that I've found you, I won't be without you. Well, damn. Did anyone else's heart just skip a beat? I don't want to admit it to myself. But now that I know we're mates, I don't want to be without him either. My wolf starts to say, whoa. Down girl, Daddy, please say something. I beg him after a few minutes. I can't handle his silence any longer. I don't know what to say other than hell no and I'm sorry. What? Why is he apologizing? What do you mean, hell no? She is my mate and will live with me and become my Luna. Mason growls. First of all, my daughter deserves better than some arrogant jackass who sleeps with everything that moves. And second of all, I already have a match for her. My dad states calmly. What the hell? Mason and I say at the same time. Who, I ask? Max Tanglewood. What? That sick person. He is disgusting and perverted, and there is no way in hell that that's happening, I yell in anger. Max Tanglewood is some lowlife. Pervert who just happens to be the son of an alpha my dad is allies with. Hell no, not happening. She is mine, Mason yells. She is my daughter, my dad yells back. The fact that they're both speaking about me as if I'm not even here only contributes to my anger and has me seeing red. I can speak for myself, I yell, and the room grows quiet, but the tension remains thick. I will not mate with Max. I don't know why you felt the need to pick someone out for me when you knew I had a mate out there, but it doesn't matter because it isn't happening. End of discussion. I firmly state, you will do as you're told. My father demands. I can't believe this trash. Who is this man standing before me, because it certainly cannot be my father, the man who raised me. We all stand there glaring at each other in a bitter silence until there is a knock at the door and it opens. I guess she didn't take the news as well as we hoped, Max asks with a grin. Ah, hell. You've got to be kidding me. Before I can even say anything, Mason has Max pinned up against the wall with his hand wrapped around his throat. Mason, don't I yell and rush over to separate the two. When did my life become such a daytime soap opera? I wrap my arms around Mason's firm bicep and lean up to whisper in his ear. Please. Not here. Not now. I exclaim softly, and to my surprise, he listens. He slowly removes his hand from Max's throat and takes a step back. His arms wrap around my waist, and he leads us a safe distance from Max and from my father. What the hell, Riddle, Max says in a deep British accent. That's Alpha Riddle to you. And you might as well walk out the door you just came in through, because there is no way in hell you are even going near my mate. Mason growls venomously. I can tell he is trying to restrain himself for my sake, but I can also tell it's not working. Your mate, you mean Paisley? Max questions. Yes. Instead of answering, Max breaks out into a fit of laughter. Why the hell are you laughing? I sneer at him, which ceases his laughter. Ooh. Feisty, I like it. Max says with an ugly grin that sends chill down my spine, and not the good kind. Mason lunges towards him, but this time his beta Dawson holds him back and whispers something to him that makes him look back at me. He shrugs out of Dawson's grip and walks back over to me, but before he can touch me, my dad pulls me away. Daddy, what the hell? I bark. You are to be with Max as a way to unite our packs, he says and points at Max. What? Why, we have one of the strongest packs in Virginia. Why do we need to unite with another pack? I'm so confused right now. There's clearly something going on that I don't know about. Shows what you know, dollface. Your pack isn't as strong as you think. It's going under. Max snaps at me. Mason growls at him, and I laugh when I see the fear running through Max's eyes. Is this true, Daddy? I turn to face him. His face falls, and I know it's true. How I stutter. Don't worry about that. I will explain everything later. But right now, you and Max have things you need to discuss, he says, and Mason takes a step towards us. She isn't going anywhere with him. She's mine, Mason yells. I don't like being talked about like I am a piece of property. But at the same time, I like the possessive words coming out of Mason's mouth. Actually, mate, she's mine, Max says and grabs me by the waist and pulls me towards him. I push against his chest and struggle against his hold, but he refuses to let go. Get your hands off of her, or so help me, I'll rip them off myself, Mason yells loudly. He takes a menacing step forwards, and Max immediately lets go. Wimp. Stop, I scream. Everyone stops what they're doing and turns their attention to me. Daddy, how could you? Mom would have never sold me out to another pack, I say with tears threatening to spill from my eyes. Honey, it's not like that. I just... My dad begins to say, but trails off, not knowing what to say. Without another glance at anyone, I run up the stairs and lock myself in Jamie's bedroom. I sigh in relief when I see he's still sleeping. How he managed to do that with all the yelling, I have no idea. I walk over to his bed and gently slide in beside him. I play with his hair and sigh in content when he cuddles up to my side. Tears flow freely down my cheeks when I think about what our father has done. How could he? He's my dad. He is supposed to protect me, not sell me out to some pervert. I lift my head up when I hear a quiet knock at the door. Before I can ask who it is, Mason walks inside and shuts it behind him. I thought I locked that. He starts to say something, but I quietly hush him and point to Jamie, who's still sleeping. Damn, this kid is like a rock. I point to the hallway and slowly detach myself from Jamie to get up. I follow Mason outside the door and quietly shut it behind me. Once he catches a glimpse of my tear-stained cheeks in the light, he pulls me into his chest. Shh. It's okay. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to you. he says in my ear and wraps his arms tighter around me as if to reassure himself I'm still here and in his arms. We stand there for a couple minutes in silence as Mason rubs my arms and back, trying to soothe me. I can't believe him. He was supposed to protect me, and instead he practically sold me off to Max. I say through my sobs. Don't worry, Paisley. I'm not going to let anyone take you. I'll protect you, he says while staring deep into my eyes. It seems to immediately calm me down. Before I can respond, 5 men barge up the staircase and into the hallway. They rip Mason and I apart. What are you doing? Get off of me, Mason screams. Oh, I yell when one of the men holding onto me twist my arm behind my back. Let her go before I rip every single one of your heads off, Mason yells, and headbutts the men holding onto him. They both fall to the floor unconscious, and Mason rushes over to help me. One of the guys holding me lets go to fight Mason, while the other 2 keep their tight grips on my arms. I better not have bruises there tomorrow. Mason easily takes down the man in front of him before snapping the necks of the men holding me. Damn, my mate is strong. He grabs my hand and pulls me back into Jamie's room before pulling me over to the window. What are we doing? I ask frantically, while Mason gently picks up Jamie from his bed and places him into my arms. Leaving, is all he says before throwing the window open. You want us to jump? I ask with wide eyes. I'm a wolf, not a cat. I'm not going to land gracefully on my feet. Hold on tight to Jamie, and I'll hold on tight to you. Trust me, he says, and I can't help but nod. I do trust him. He wraps his arms around me while I tighten my hold on Jamie. Thank God the kid's still asleep. I feel my heart leap into my throat when Mason jumps us out of the window. I keep my eyes tightly clamped together. Did we die? I ask, and he lets out a chuckle. No, baby, we didn't die, he says, and my eyes fly open to stare at him. Baby, that's a new one. Come on, we gotta get going before they send more men after us, Mason says, and pulls me by my hand through the woods. He leads us to a black SUV in the middle of nowhere on a dirt road. This isn't sketchy at all. I mumble sarcastically, and Mason shoots me a small grin. It's just Dawson, my beta, he assures me, and I nod my head. He pulls the door open for us and helps me in before climbing in beside me and shutting the door. Home and step on it. He orders Dawson, who nods his head and takes off driving into the night. That really just happened. I just ran away from my pack, my home, and everything I've ever known. Hey, come here, Mason says when he sees the distraught expression on my face. He pulls me into his arms where I snuggle into his warm chest while keeping Jamie comfortably sitting on my lap. It's all going to be okay. He whispers into my hair before placing a kiss on the top of my head. Is it though? I can't help but ask myself. We've been driving for about an hour when Jamie starts to stir in my lap. I sit up from Mason's chest when his eyes start to flutter open. Sissy, where are we? He asks before rubbing his eyes and letting out a small, adorable yawn. And where's Daddy Trash? How do I answer that I can't explain what's going on to him because 1, he wouldn't understand, and 2, it would break his heart. He has some alpha business to tend to. In the meantime, you and Sissy are going to come live with me and my pack. We're currently on our way there now, Mason explains for me. I send him a look of gratitude, and he smiles in return. Oh, okay. Sounds fun, Jamie replies with a smile. It will be, I say to reassure him. He hums in agreement before snuggling back into my chest. I sigh in relief before allowing Mason to pull me onto his lap. Wait, not really on his lap. Just really close to his side where he has his arms wrapped around me in a protective yet possessive manner. Sissy, Jamie asks a few minutes later. Yes, Jamie, will you be sleeping in the same room as Mason when we get to his house? Jamie questions, and I can't help but choke on my own breath. What, I stutter. Mason looks down at me with a sly grin and waits for my answer. Why would you ask that? I ask Jamie nervously while avoiding eye contact with Mason. The jerk is probably loving this. I don't know. I was just wondering. He shrugs his small shoulders. I guess. I answer after thinking about it. I mean, we are mates after all. We shouldn't really be separated. I can hear my wolf howl in agreement, and I mentally scoff at her. I finally look up at Mason to see a smug grin on his face and eyes full of desire. He is probably thinking the same exact thing I am. I look back down when Jamie shifts in my lap to get more comfortable. This is gonna be a long ride. 2 hours later, wake up, kitten. We're here, Mason says and lifts me up in his arms, bridal style. Where exactly is here? I look down in my arms and don't see Jamie. And where exactly is Jamie? Relax. I have already had the girls take him up to his room, he says, and we walk through the front door. And here would be my home. I decide I'm too tired to look around and explore the house tonight. So I will do it tomorrow. Wait. Did he say girls? Girls, I question, with a raised brow. I mentally slap myself when I see him smirk from my slightly jealous tone. I was referring to my mom and my grandma. I don't have a bunch of girls from the pack running around my house waiting on me like everyone thinks, he says, slightly annoyed. That's not what I think at all, Mason. I calmly explain. I didn't mean to offend him. I would certainly hope not. Paisley, the only girl I want running around my house waiting on me is you, he says with a sweet smile. Aw, wait, jerk. I slap his chest and he lets out a gorgeous laugh. Kidding, he says before leaning down to kiss my forehead. Mason walks us up the stairs and enters the last room on the right side of the hall. He shuts the door behind us but refuses to let me down when I try, still carrying me in his arms. He leads us over to a huge bed in the center of the room. He lays me down and steps away. Before I can ask what he's doing, he takes off his shirt. I feel my eyes widen when I take in his gorgeous abs. I watch his muscles move when he takes off his pants, leaving him only in his black boxers. He crawls into bed and gestures to me. What I ask, still not looking away from his perfect body. Take off your clothes. And just like that, I'm snapped back into reality. What I gulp? You can't sleep in jeans. Just take off your clothes and put on my shirt, he says with a husky voice that makes me melt on the inside. I begin to stutter. Calm down, Paisley. I swear I won't try anything. I just want you to be comfortable, he says in his deep voice. I sigh before standing up from the bed and unbuttoning my jeans. I slowly slide them down my legs before lifting my shirt over my head and replacing it with Mason's. I can feel his eyes on me the whole time, moving up and down my body, taking in every curve. I quickly crawl into bed and turn away from him so he can't see how embarrassed I am. He wraps his arm around my waist and pulls me closer to him. You shouldn't be embarrassed, kitten. Trust me. When I say you, have nothing to Manning's be embarrassed of. Especially not around me, he says while placing soft and gentle kisses on my shoulders and neck. I shiver with each kiss that is placed on my tender skin. Okay? Good night, Mason. I say to stop this from going any further even though I really want it to. Good night, Paisley. He kisses my neck one more time and secures his arm around me. I drift off to sleep, feeling safer than ever in Mason's arms. The next morning, I'm woken up from my deep slumber when I feel something wet hit my face. What in the world is that slobber? I swear if Mason slobbered on me in his sleep, I'm going to kill him. Sissy. You and Mason need to get up and get dressed, I hear Jamie yell. I open my eyes and look over at Mason, who is wide awake with a grin on his face. Then I look up at Jamie, who is laughing his head off while jumping up and down on the bed with a cup of water in his hands. No. He didn't. Jamie, I scream, and he immediately stops jumping. His eyes light up with mischief before he jumps off the bed and runs out of the room as fast as he can. Ugh, I groan in annoyance. It's okay, kitten. It's just water, Mason says while trying to control his laughter. Shut up, I say, and punch his arm before getting up to take a shower. That actually kind of hurt, baby. I'm proud. My girl's got a nice punch. Mason praises. Yeah, I do. So don't anger me and force me to use it, I say, and he laughs. Where are the towels, I ask Mason when I can't locate any in the adjoining bathroom. He gets up from his comfortable position in bed and walks towards me only in his black boxers from last night. Oh, come on, who has that nice of a body? Honestly, it's not fair. It's not fair to me to have to look at and be tempted by, and it's not fair to other guys. Although, I really don't mind looking at and being tempted by his perfect body. Can't help but stare. Can you, babe? He says proudly with that smug grin. I wasn't staring. I was. I trail off. It's okay. I'm just as much yours as you are mine. Stare all you want. He smirks. Can't I just smack that damn smirk off his handsome face already? Where are the towels, I ask again. In the bottom cabinet. I already sent someone to buy you and Jamie new clothes and stuff, so you'll have all you need here. Okay. Thanks, Bab. I cut myself off from finishing that sentence and run into the bathroom. I strip my clothes off and take a 10-minute shower. I use the strawberry shampoo and conditioner that has been set out for me and rinse off. It's only when I get out of the shower that I realize I don't have any clothes with me. Mason, can you bring me those clothes you were talking about, please? I yell into the bedroom while hiding behind the bathroom door. Yes, I can. He responds and opens the door less than a minute later with a bunch of clothes. You know I only need one outfit, right? I ask with a giggle. Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure what you wanted to wear today, so I'm giving you options. He says thoughtfully. Oh, okay. Thanks. I smile and he leaves the bathroom. I end up picking out a nice green tank top with a brown sweater. Skinny jeans. And I plan on wearing my boots. It's a nice yet casual outfit. Not too much and not too little. After all, I am probably meeting his mom today. I have met his family before. But this is the first time I will be meeting them as Mason's mate, and I'm internally freaking out. I step out of the bathroom and walk to grab my shoes when I feel arms wraps around my waist. Mason, stop. I have to get my shoes on and finish getting ready. Let go. I whine, and he says into my neck. We have to meet your mom soon, right? I feel him nod from behind me. Okay, then let go. Fine. He pouts like a child but kisses my temple. Okay, I think I'm ready. I say after putting on my shoes. I look around the room and finally take in its elegance. The big bed in the room has a dark yet alluring comforter that felt like a cloud last night. The room has a walk-in closet obviously for two people and its own sitting area with a nice big fireplace. It has two huge windows that overlook the woods outside and its own bathroom that I was just in. You good, Mason asks, which breaks me from my trance. I turn around and my mouth almost falls open at what I see. Mason is wearing a tight black V-neck with dark blue jeans that hang off his hips is the most delicious way. What am I saying? Get it together, Paisley. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I answer his previous question. He smiles before taking my hand in his and leading me out of the room. We go down the stairs, hand in hand, and straight into the dining room. Paisley, honey, I haven't seen you in forever. A woman shrieks and pulls me into a tight hug. Okay, Mom. Don't break my mate. Mason says somewhat sarcastically before pulling me back to him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just haven't seen you since you were 10 years old running around the playground with Moss. She says with tears in her eyes. Please don't cry. I say and hug her again. And now you're my little boy's mate? Who would have thought? She laughs. Yep. This is definitely Linda Riddle. She was always laughing or crying, very emotional, but I wouldn't have her any other way. Let's get you some food. You must be starving after the day you had yesterday. Linda says thoughtfully. And she's right. I was way too busy yesterday to even think about food, and now I'm paying the price for it. I just nod and smile while Mason takes my hand and leads me to the table. He sits down to my left while Jamie appears and sits down to my right. Sorry about the water, sissy. He says with a sheepish smile. I can't stay mad at him for long. He's too cute. It's okay, Bubba. All is forgiven. I kiss his cheek and he giggles. Here you go. Eat all you can. Linda brings out plates full of bacon. Toast. Sausage. Eggs. Liver mush. And grits. I fill my plate just like everyone else and dig in. Wow, Luna Linda, this is amazing. I compliment and she smiles. Thank you, sweetie, but you will not call my Luna Linda. Call me Linda or Mom. You are family now. She says and smiles. Thanks. Linda. It comes out more of a question than a statement. Instead of answering, she just smiles and nods. Okay, get on in there and sit down and eat, Elle. A masculine yet playful voice carries throughout the dining room. Okay, Uncle Kaiden. A sweet little voice replies. Epi. Mason, is that her, your mate? The little girl shrieks when she sees me causing Alpha Kaiden. Mason's dad. To look up and smile. Yeah, Elle. This is Paisley. My mate. He answers with a content smile on his face. Yeah, ye. she yells before running towards me and jumping in my lap. Where have you been? Mason has been waiting on you for like a year, Missy, she says sassily, and I can't help but laugh at her cuteness. Oh. Has he now? I look at Mason with a smirk, and he playfully rolls his eyes. That's enough, Elle. Quit embarrassing your cousin in front of his mate. Alpha Kaiden says, but we can all tell he is trying to hold back his laughter. Ha ha ha, Dad. Very funny. Now come here, Elle, Mason says, and chases the little girl around the room. Stop it, Paisley. Control Mason, please. She yells while laughing and running away. Mason is so good with kids, and it's nice to watch him play with them. In all honesty, it makes me wonder how he will play with our own children. Paisley, dear. I haven't seen you in a while, Alpha Kaiden says, and I get up to hug him. It's so good to see you. It's good to see you to Alpha Kaiden, I say, and he pulls me back by the shoulders to look at him. Oh, you're too kind, but no. There will be none of that. You will call me Kaiden, like I'm sure my wife already said. You're family now. Okay. Thank you. I smile and sit back down beside Jamie. Hi, I'm Elle. What's your name? The little girl asks Jamie. We all turn our heads to watch them interact with each other. Jamie, he says while blushing. Ah, Jamie has a crush. Okay, Jamie. How old are you? She asks with a grin. I'm 4. What about you? He asks. I'm 4 too. Here, come sit with me at the little kid table, she says, and drags Jamie away before he can protest. The adults all laugh, and Mason makes his way back over to me. Once he sits down, I realize something. Mason, your cousins all live in North Carolina and are boys. Who is that little girl? I ask. About 2 years ago, there was a rogue attack on a pack close to us. We went to search for survivors and found Elle. We took her in and are currently raising her. He informs me. Oh, that poor baby girl. I know exactly how she feels. My mom was attacked and killed by Rouges a little while after Jamie was born. Yeah, but she seems to be really happy here. He assures me, and I smile. Okay. Well, I'm going to take Paisley on a tour of the rest of the house. Mason stands up and takes my hand. It was nice catching up with y'all, and I guess I'll see you later. Of course you will, sweetheart. We have some things to discuss, Linda says and hugs me. Okay, let's go, Mason says, and basically drags me out of the room and into the hall. Come on. Just a little further, Mason says while dragging me into the backyard. You said we were taking a tour of the house, not the yard. I honestly don't mind being outside. In fact, I love it, but it's been a long couple days and I just want to lay down. Okay. Here we are, he says excitedly. I look around and I must say I'm pretty disappointed. There is nothing out here but a deck and some big willow trees. I mean, yeah. The backyard is huge, but there is nothing really special about it. Okay. It's cool, I lamely state. I look over to Mason to see he is strangely amused by my reaction. Follow me. He takes my hand again and starts walking towards the trees. Mason, where are? He cuts me off by shushing me. Ah, heck no, Mason Riddle, don't. He cuts me off. Again with the cutting me off and shushing. Just please shut up and follow me, he orders impatiently. Okay. Sorry. I reply a bit shaken up. He's never used that tone with me. He's always playful or romantic, but never demanding I'm sorry. It's just I've been waiting to show you this ever since I found out we were mates, and I can't wait any longer. He apologizes and pulls me through the trees and into a clearing full of flowers. Mason. What is this place? I stutter at its beauty. There are flowers everywhere. Purple, pink, blue, and white. This place is absolutely gorgeous, and it's hidden away behind the trees. I used to come here all the time before I moved in with my uncle. I came here to think or to get away from everything, Mason says sheepishly. Mason moved in with his uncle Jack when he was 8. His uncle was a part of my dad's pack, so we ended up going to school together. He told me his parents wanted him to have better schooling. But we all know now it was really because of the rogue attacks. You're the only other person who knows about this place. I've never showed anyone else, he says and turns me to face him. I secretly love how he has never showed this place to another girl or anyone for that matter. It makes me feel special. Paisley, I know we never really got along as kids, but that doesn't matter. We're grown up now, and we're mates, he says, and takes a hold of my hands and intertwines our fingers. I couldn't picture my life without you. Please just give me a chance to prove I can be a good mate before you reject me. He begs and looks at me with those puppy dog eyes. Mason. Whoever said anything about rejecting you, I reassure him. Instead of answering, he closes the gap between us and kisses me gently. I expected him to do that, so I immediately kiss back. I missed his kiss so much, it feels like coming home after being gone for a year. It sends tingles up and down my body, and I can't help but make a sound of pleasure into it. I can feel Mason's smirk against my lips. He knows what he does to me, and by the way, he is holding me against him. I can tell what I do to him. He picks me up and places me down on the soft grass. Instead of placing all his weight on me, he uses one hand to hold himself up and the other to caress my cheek. Our kiss intensifies and he swipes his tongue against my bottom lip, asking for entry. I open my mouth and he wastes no time. Our tongues move in sync and I find myself shivering. We break apart for air and he starts placing kisses on my jaw, then my neck, making his way down at a very slow and delicious pace. He places open-mouth kisses on my neck, and once he finds the spot where my mark should be, I lose control. A mark is where your mate bites you, claiming you as his own. My cousin told me it hurts a lot, but the pleasure you feel afterwards is amazing. Mason continues to kiss that spot, and I feel like I'm melting underneath him. He continues lower and starts to kiss my collarbone, but I stop him. I think we should head back. I have to check on Jamie, I mutter. He hesitates at first, but gets up and pulls me with him. He kisses me again, but this time it's slow and lingering. He's trying to kill us, isn't he? He takes my hand and we start making our way back to his house. I'm not going to force you into letting me mark you. I'm ready when you're ready, baby, he says sweetly, and I surprise both of us and kiss his cheek. Thanks. I mumble through my now blushing cheeks. We reach the door and are about to open it when a hand on my back stops me. I look over expecting to see my dad or Max, but instead I see some random guy I don't know. He still has his hand on me, which Mason doesn't take too kindly to. Get your hands off my mate or I'll kill you, he snaps. By the way, he's breathing hard. I know he's serious. Sorry, Alpha Mason. I just couldn't help myself. She's so pretty, the slimeball says and gives me the most hideous smile I have ever seen in my life. Like, no joke, don't tempt me, Jason. I'm not above harming you in front of her. Last warning, paws off, Mason growls. The guy whose name I learned to be Jason takes his hands off of me and raises them in submission. Touch her again, and you're dead. She's mine, Mason roars, causing his beta Dawson to come outside and try to break this up. While Mason was threatening this guy's life, he managed to pull me back behind him protectively. I know I need to calm him down by the way his eyes are turning black and I can tell his wolf is trying to come out. I place my hand on his shoulder and he visibly relaxes. He turns around and drags me in the house at lightning speed. Are you okay? He questions. I find it adorable how he asks if I'm okay when he's the one who about committed violence. I'm fine. Are you okay? I ask and wrap my arms around his neck. Yeah, baby. I'm fine. He reassures me and snakes his arms around my waist. I decide it's time to lighten the mood. Babe, that's a shame. I was really getting used to kitten, I say with a slight smirk. Really, he purrs and kisses my jaw up to my mouth. He places several pecks on my lips, and then he kisses me so passionately I don't even realize his hands are going up my shirt. And to be honest, I don't really care. The feelings this boy gives me will be the death of me. Am I interrupting something? Am I interrupting something? The snarky voice asks. I turn around to see Mason's grandma glaring us both down. I instantly move away from Mason, but Mason being Mason, he pulls me right back to him. This is so embarrassing. Well, yeah, kind of, Grandma. Mason answers honestly. You better be glad I did, or you. She points at Mason before continuing. You, young man, could have been intimate with someone who is not your mate, she seethes. What, not his mate? Did no one inform her that I am indeed Mason's mate? This is my mate. Grandma, meet Paisley Darkwood, he says proudly with his head held high. I love it when he does that, Paisley, she shrieks. What's up with all the loud noise in the house, honestly? My sensitive wolf ears can't take it. "Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's you. Look how much you've grown. You are such a beautiful young lady. I just can't believe you're his mate," she yells and pulls me into a tighter, huge than Linda. "Thank you," I say and hug her back. When she pulls back, she has a sly grin on her face like she knows something. Mason seems to know what she is about to say because he begins to say, "Grandma, please do," but is cut off by her saying, "Were you two trying to make me some great-grandbabies before I interrupted? Because if so, I can always come back later." Oh my gosh, this is mortifying. I start to choke on my own spit while Mason pats my back and expresses frustration under his breath. No. We're sorry about that." I am somehow able to say, "Oh, don't be. I can't wait to have more little pups running around the house." "So, how many are you going to have?" "I personally would have as many as possible, but that's just me," she says with a never-faltering smile. How can she act as if this is a normal conversation? I haven't even marked her yet, Grandma. Mason finally speaks up through this whole embarrassing mess. "What are you waiting for? As soon as you do, she can become our new Luna, and you our official alpha." "Wait, new Luna, I haven't even thought about that. I mean, just because I came here doesn't mean I give up my title as future Luna Alpha for my pack. They will soon need a leader, and Jamie is far too young. She's not 18 yet," Mason answers. "Wait, 18, forget it. My birthday's tomorrow. I will be 18 tomorrow, meaning I can be marked by my mate and officially start living the life I was destined to live. I used to be excited about that, but now I don't know. After everything that has happened, I can't even think about being marked or mating." My wolf snarks. I begin to reply internally, but am cut off by Mason yelling my name. "Paisley baby, are you okay?" he asks with worry clearly laced on his face. "Oh, yeah, I'm okay." I can tell he doesn't believe, but thankfully he drops it. It would have been really awkward talking about mating in front of his grandma. Then again, she might be thrilled since she wants great-grandchildren. "Okay, well, it's getting late, so I think we should head to bed," Mason says, and his grandma smirks. "Oh, please, be good hosts," she says and wiggles her brows. Holy cow, that woman is even more suggestive than Mason. Well, now I see where he gets it from. We begin to walk to our room, but she places her hand on his shoulder, stopping him. "I better hear happy sounds of enjoyment, or so help me," she says, and I scream in embarrassment. "Oh my gosh, Paisley, run." Mason yells before his suggestive grandma can say anything else. We make it to our room less than a minute later and sit down on the bed. "I'm so sorry about," he starts to say, but I cut him off. "It's, okay," I say, not willing to meet his gaze. "Where are you going?" he asks when I get up. "To the bathroom to take a shower," I say, and get an evil idea. "Want to join?" I ask and walk away, swaying my hips back and forth. But before I do, I swear I see his mouth fall open. I walk into the bathroom and shut the door behind me. I start to strip down when the door bursts open to reveal a happy, overly happy, may I add, Mason. He starts to strip his clothes and jumps in the shower, leaving me standing there in my undergarments like an idiot. "Well, are you coming in or not?" he asks with that smirk. I remove my bra and panties. I turn around and hop into the shower. Mason stares at me with hungry eyes, and I hear him growl. He pulls me to him, and I almost back away, but then I realize something. He's my mate, and he cares about me. He protected me and fought for me, and the funny thing is we just found out we were mates. He leans down and kisses my lips with such force that my knees almost give out. What comes out of my mouth when we break apart shocks the living hell out of me, mark me. Did she just say what I think she said? She wants me to mark her, like right here, right now? Oh yes. "Paisley, baby, are you sure? Because after it's done, it's done. You'll be mine and only mine forever. Just how we like it." My wolf gray adds. "Yes, I'm sure, Mason. I want to be yours and only yours. I wasn't too sure before, but now I'm positive. You have taken care of me and Jamie. You have stuck by me through the whole thing with my dad, and I love you," she says sheepishly. Wait, she loves me, oh my gosh. She loves me, Paisley loves me, yes. Me and my wolf internally jump around screaming. "Mason, are you okay?" Paisley asks nervously, and I realize what a fool I'm being. I haven't even said it back yet. She probably thinks I don't love her. "Yeah, I'm fine," I say, and she looks away and tries to get out. I grab her arm and pull her back to me. Paisley, I love you with all my heart. You are my everything. I have loved you ever since I found out we were mates, and even before then. I was just too afraid to admit it. You are gorgeous. You are everything and so much more I could ask for in a mate. You are my one and only. No one will ever compare to you in my eyes. I can't wait to make this official. I will mark you, and then everyone will know you are mine and mine only. I state and lean down to kiss her. The kiss is passionate, and I can tell she likes it by the way she shivers. I love the affect I have on her. But if only she knew the affect she had on me. Wow. This girl can instantly excite me. I trail kisses down her neck and am rewarded with a sound of pleasure. Mason. Please, she begs in between sounds of pleasure, while one of my hands holds her by the neck. The other one trails up her thigh. I continue to kiss her neck until I land on the spot where my mark should already be. I place open-mouth kisses there until finally sinking my canines into her neck. Holy cow, that hurts, she yells. I let go and start to lick her neck where blood is starting to show. She makes a sound of pleasure and her knees buckle. Thankfully, she has her arms around my neck and my arms around her waist holding her up. Ma Mason. She practically screams out in pleasure. I guess Grandma got her wish. I pick her up bridal style and carry her out to our bed. I place her down gently and get on top of her. I can't help but let out a loud sound of pleasure when our skin makes contact without the restriction of clothes. I place kisses on her lips, cheeks, forehead, and nose until I kiss her once again on the lips. I begin to trail kisses down her body until she brings a hand to my shoulder. I don't think. She trails off nervously. Baby, it's okay. I know you're not ready yet, so we won't do anything. I assure her and bring my lips back to hers. When we break apart for air, she lets out a sigh of relief. I really want to, Mason, I do. But I just don't think I'm ready yet. I mean, I will be soon though, so... I cut her off. Hey, look at me. I would never pressure you into anything you're not ready for. We have all the time in the world now that I marked you. You are mine and mine only. You belong to me, and I belong to you. That Max pest will never come near you again. I love you, Paisley, and will protect you and Jamie until the day I die. After my speech, I kiss her gently and look directly into her eyes. What I see makes my heart melt. The emotions in her eyes consist of respect, love, desire, and happiness. I love you so much, she says and kisses me. Once we pull away, I wrap my arms around her waist and pulls the silk sheets over us. I easily drift asleep listening to the calming sounds of my beautiful mate breathing. I wake up cuddled up next to Mason. His arm is around my waist in a tight but bearable grip. I look down under the sheets at our bodies and the events of last night come flashing back. No, we didn't do the deed. But he did mark me. I am now and forever only Mason's. I can't help but smile at the thought. He also said he loved me. I trace over my mark with my hand. I'm just so happy and at peace. Although that may not last long. There's still the threat of my dad and Max finding me. However, I know Mason will protect me and Jamie, and that just makes me love him more. Mason starts to wake beside me, and I watch as his eyes flutter open. They are immediately filled with lust and love. Morning, kitten. He purrs and kisses the tip of my nose. Morning, I say with a giggle. How do you feel, Yano? Now that I marked you? He asks nervously. Mason, I feel amazing. I love you and this mark. It shows everyone else I belong to you. I assure him with a gentle kiss to the lips. He takes it a step further, though. He moves to hover over top of me. He manages to keep his weight off me by leaning up on his elbows. I love you. He coos in my ear, making me shiver. He licks at my mark, making me moan in absolute pleasure. Being that we are still naked, I know I have to stop this before it escalates any further. He moved closer, intensifying the moment. And I started to panic. Of course I want this for us. But I just don't want it yet. It only takes one time to get pregnant, and I will not bring a baby into this life knowing it's not safe. I already have Jamie to worry about. I can't and won't risk him getting hurt. Mason. We have to stop. I say reluctantly. He doesn't listen and continues to inch closer to me. I could feel his presence pressing against my upper thigh and look up. His eyes are pitch black. Great, his wolf is taking over. He kisses me forcefully. His hands start to roam all over my body, making me shiver. Mason. Please, I beg. I try to push him off of me, but he is too heavy. Mason. I whimper and start to cry. As soon as the first tear falls, Mason's eyes turn back to their original color. He looks at me with sadness, anger, and regret. Paisley. I'm so sorry, baby. I never meant for that to happen. My wolf just took over. It's just the want and need for you is too much sometimes. I'm sorry, he pleads. I push him off of me and sit up, bringing the covers to cover myself. It's okay. I understand. Just please never do that again. I reply. I promise, baby. I'm so sorry. I love you, he promises and kisses me. I'm gonna take a shower. I inform him and get up, purposely taking the covers with me. After my shower, I get dressed in blue skinny jeans and a white sweater. I slip on my red Vans and walk downstairs. When I first got out of the shower, I almost expected for Mason to still be in our room. But he's not. Mason, being Mason, he probably left to give me some space and think through everything. Which I am grateful for. I know Mason would never try to pressure me into anything and that his wolf just took over. Honestly, my wolf was close to taking over as well. I can tell you if he ever does that again, though, there will be hell to pay. I walk down into the kitchen to find Linda cooking breakfast over the stove. Hey, hun. How did you sleep? She asks while walking over to hug me. Good. I answer and hug her back. She pulls me back by my shoulders to look at me. I bet you did, she says with a wink. Great, it's okay, sweetheart. Don't worry. When me and Mason's dad first started the mating process, I'm pretty sure all of Virginia could hear it. She informs me with a smirk. She dazes off, probably thinking of the memories. Ew, okay. I reply awkwardly. Anywho, I made you and Jamie breakfast. Now where is the little rascal? He was just here a minute ago, she says and lifts up the table skirt to look for Jamie. While she's not looking, he comes up behind her and jumps on her back, making her squeal. Oh, why, you little. She trails off and begins to tickle him. Jamie's cute little laugh rings throughout the kitchen, making me smile. Hey, sissy, Jamie questions. Yes, Bubba, I ask while picking him up and placing him on my hip. Why were you screaming Mason's name last night? I was worried about you, he asks, and Linda snorts out in a fit of laughter. What am I supposed to say? We were playing video games, little man, Mason says when he walks through the door, saving the day. Oh, okay. Sounds fun, Jamie says innocently. Oh, trust me. It was Mason smirks while his mom and I give him the death glare. I set Jamie down and he runs over to Mason and hugs him. Ah, I love how good they get along. Okay, well, me and Dawson have pack business to tend to, so we'll see you guys in a few hours, Mason says after breakfast. He gets up and walks out the door with Dawson following behind. I get up and storm out after him. Mason, I yell when he gets to his car. Yeah, he asks. He's acting so distant. He doesn't need to. I forgive him. Mason, I forgive you. Please stop acting so distant. I beg. He face falls and he sighs in relief. He pulls me into a tight hug and kisses the top of my head. I'm sorry, Paisley. I just wanted to give you your space. Let you think about things. He apologizes. It's okay and I thank you for that, but I forgive you. I love you and we're okay. I promise. I love you. I assure him. He leans down and kisses me with so much passion. I love this man and could never stay mad at him. I love you with all my heart, Paisley. I will text you soon. Okay. Love you. Stay safe. I kiss his cheek and he walks to his car, hopping in the driver's seat. Once he's out of sight, I walk back into the house. About an hour later, the doorbell rings. I got it, I scream to Linda, or really anybody who can hear me. I open the door and look around. There's no one there. I look down to find an envelope with my name on it. I pick it up and walk back into the house. I go into the kitchen and grab a glass of water. I lean against the kitchen counter and tear open the envelope. We found you, Paisley. I can't wait to kill that maid of yours and have you all to myself. Until we meet again. Which will be very soon. Love. Max. I drop my water and it busts into a million pieces, spilling water everywhere. He found me. So. What's it like to have a mate? Dawson asks me as we drive into Alpha Terran's territory. It's great. I mean, I love her to death and I always want her by my side. However, I'm trying to take it slow because I know she's not ready for some things. I explain. Such as. Dawson trails off with a wink. Oh my gosh, Dawson, shut the hell up. I'm not talking about that, especially with you. I yell sorta playfully. I can't tell anyone about me and her. It's personal and, frankly, the thought of someone knowing how good I can make her feel makes me jealous and pisses me off. Chill, dude. I'm just messing with you, he says nervously. I didn't even realize my eyes were turning black and my claws were starting to show. I think of Paisley and instantly calm down. Mason, my mom mind links me. Yeah, come home. There is something wrong with Paisley. She locked herself in your room and won't come out. She won't talk to anybody. I'm really worried about her. I'm on my way. All I can think about is getting to Paisley. What's wrong with her? Is it her dad? Is it what happened earlier? She said we were okay. Guess I'll find out when I get back home. I make a sharp U-turn and start speeding to my house. Paisley, honey, come out. What's the matter? You can tell me, Linda begs. After reading the letter, I ran to Mason and I's room and haven't been out since. He found me. He said he was gonna kill Mason. The thought alone makes my wolf growl loud in anger. The most intoxicating scent hits my nose and I know immediately who it is. Mason. Paisley, open this door. You know I will bust it down if you don't, he yells while banging on my door. Seconds later, the door flies off the hinges and a very pissed-off Mason walks in. His eyes scan the room and when they land on me, they soften. Paisley, baby. What's the matter? Why'd you lock yourself in our room? He asks. Worry clearly laced in his voice. He found me. I managed to say through sobs. Mason growls out loudly, causing me to flinch. He notices this and picks me up off my spot on the floor and carries me to the bed. He gently lays me down and begins to take his clothes off. Once he's only in his black boxers, he lays down beside. He wraps his arms around my waist and pulls me incredibly close to him with my back facing his front. I turn around to face him and begin to sob in his chest. His grip on me tightens and he starts to run his hand up and down my arm and back. Esh. Baby, everything is gonna be okay. I got you. I won't let anyone hurt you. You're mine and I love you. He coos in my ear. This is the way I fall asleep, snuggled up to Mason, listening to his heartbeat. The next morning, my eyes flutter open to meet Mason's brown ones. He smiles a heart-stopping smile at me and I grin back. Thank you. I tell him, for what he asks back, for never letting me go. I cornily respond. Apparently he finds it cute because he leans down and kisses me passionately. I wrap my arms around his neck and kiss him back. Once I pull away, we are both breathless. He kisses the tip of my nose and gets up. I whimper at the loss of contact, which he finds amusing. He picks me up and carries me into the bathroom. He sits me down on the counter and starts the shower. He walks back over to me and pulls my shirt over my head. Oh. He unbuttons my pants and pulls them down my legs. Next comes my bra and panties. He picks me back up and carries me into the shower. He takes off his boxers and joins me in the shower. They spend time together, sharing intimate moments of affection and closeness under the spray. I pull away and grab my strawberry shampoo and conditioner. Once I'm done, I hop out of the shower and into a towel. Mason is just standing there staring at me the whole time. Take a picture. It'll last longer, I say smugly. His cheeks start to heat up, which I find hilarious. He steps out of the shower and wraps a towel around his waist. He comes over to me and wraps his arms around my waist, my back against his front. He turns us to face the mirror and trails little kisses down my wet neck. I love you. He mumbles against my skin. I love you too, I reply. Let's get dressed and go downstairs, I suggest. He nods, and 20 minutes later we walk downstairs. We go into the dining room where almost everyone in the pack is gathered around the table. They all stare at us, most with either worried or pissed off expressions. Kaiden, Mason's dad, steps up and says something that makes my heart stop beating. Paisley, your dad and Max are here with their packs. They are looking for a fight, he says angrily. They're here and they wanna start a war. I can't believe this. That's my dad out there. Why does he want to take me away from my mate, the man I was destined to be with? Oh, moon goddess, please help me, Paisley, come on. We got to get you. Jamie. And the rest of the kids and females to safety. Mason demands, but I won't move. Heck no, Mason, that sick person wants to kill you. I'm not just gonna sit around and watch it all play out. I'm fighting whether you like it or not. I will protect you like you protect me, I yell furiously. I can feel my wolf trying to take over. My eyes are turning black and my claws are coming out. Paisley kitten, calm down. It's okay. I'm right here. No one is gonna hurt me, he says soothingly. He wraps his arms around me and nuzzles into my neck, taking in my scent. Come in, Paisley. That person and your traitor of a father are out there waiting for your mate and your pack. Grow a set and fight back. Protect your mate, our mate. My wolf yells in my head. She's right. This is my pack and my mate, and I have to protect them. I break out of Mason's embrace and shift. Everyone is stunned, so I make an easy getaway. I burst through the front door of the pack house and run into battle. I kill the nearest Tanglewood pack member I see. I then smell the scents of my new pack and my mate. They come running out of the house. All in Wolfram and start fighting. Wolves are fighting everywhere. There is blood and fur laying on the ground. I sniff out Mason and see him fighting and growling at a gray wolf. I smirk as he easily takes him down. Damn, my mate is sexy as heck. Just then I look to the left of Mason and see a dark brown wolf creeping up on him. I leap on the wolf and bite at his neck and scratch his belly until I see blood. I snap his neck between my teeth and let go of his limp body. That'll teach you to mess with my mate. Paisley, honey, stop. Give up and come back home. I love you and I'm sorry for everything. I'm just trying to protect you and your brother. You will understand soon. That voice. I haven't heard that voice since the day I left home. Daddy, I question. Yeah? Come on, baby girl. Just come with us, and it will all be over. He calmly says. I don't know what to... No, forget it. You tried to separate me and my mate. I love him and hate Max. Forget you, you're not my father anymore, I scream through our mind link. I run over to Mason's side and our pack lines up behind us. My dad, Alpha Darkwood steps out in front of his pack and the Tanglewood pack. A few seconds later, Max steps out with him. He purrs at me, causing Mason to growl loudly. I try to calm him down by nuzzling into his neck. He licks my bottom jaw and his eyes soften. A loud howl rings throughout the battlefield, and I lift my head up to see my dad super angered. Get your paws off my daughter, my dad roars through MindLink. Heck no, she's mine, Mason yells back. Not for long, bud. She will be mine soon. Great. Now Max is joining the party. Forget you, I yell, and Max grins. Good night, dearie, Max says, and out of nowhere a dart hits me in the side. I start to feel woozy, and eventually all I can see is black. Right before I pass out, I hear Mason calling out my name. I open my eyes, and the first thing I see is a blinding light. What the hell? The light is too much, so I instantly close my eyes back. Where I am. The last thing I remember is comforting Mason and yelling at Max and my father. I try to reopen my eyes with no such luck. Wait, is that Mason? I turn my head to the side where I can hear muffled voices yelling at each other. That is my mate, so let me in or I'll snap your damn neck, Mason threatens someone. I'm sorry, Alpha, but she isn't awake yet, and the more stress put on her, the slower her recovery will be. An older male says, I'm her mate. I won't put stress on her. I will help her, Mason screams back. My eyes begin to flutter up and finally adapt to the lighting. I look over to my left to see a sink and a small stool. To my right are 3 other beds, similar to the one I just found out I was in. I look down to my arm to see I'm hooked up to all these wires that lead back to the heart monitor. I need Mason. I'm scared, and I need to know what happened. Ma Mason. I groan out softly. My voice is so harsh. How long have I been out? All of a sudden, the door bursts open and in runs a concerned and pissed off Mason. Paisley, baby. You're awake. Thank goodness, I thought I lost you. He chokes out while pulling me into his strong arms. Mason, what happened? I whisper. Seeing as my voice is still harsh. You were shot with a tranquilizing dart and instantly blacked out. You've been out like this for 3 days. Words can't describe how I felt when I thought you were gone. His voice cracks at the end, and I can tell he is on the verge of tears. I pull him into my lap and cradle his head against my chest. Mason, it's okay. I'm still here and it's not your fault. I will never leave you. I love you, Mason, I whisper happily. I love you too, Paisley, with all my heart, he says lovingly and kisses the tip of my nose. He lays beside of me on the bed and pulls me into his arms. He kisses the back of my head and a thought comes to mind. What happened after I passed out, I ask wearily. Well, Mason starts. After you blacked out, the fight got extremely bloody. I stood over you, protecting you while our pack went after Max and his pack. Sadly, Max got away, but... Mason trails off. But what I ask, confused. But we captured your dad. He's in the pack cell right now. He wants to see you, he says nervously. Okay. I respond. Okay, what, he asks. Okay, let's go see him. I say as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. Hell no, he is not allowed anywhere around you, Mason roars. Mason, please, that's my father. I beg. I give him my best puppy dog's eyes and pout my lip. Ugh. Damn, fine, okay. Stay near me at all times and don't wander off. He commands. Sir, yes. I playfully salute him and he chuckles. He wraps his arm around my waist and leads me out of the pack hospital. We walk for about 5 minutes until we reach the cells. Mason opens the door and nudges me inside. He closes the door behind him and takes my hand again. We descend down a flight of stairs and down to a hallway full of silver cells. We walk to the last cell and I gasp in shock. My dad is sitting in the corner crying. He doesn't notice me or Mason until I let out a low whimper. I hate seeing my dad like this. He's one of the most powerful alphas in the world. He never cries. The last time he did was when my mom was killed. Paisley, honey, my dad yelps in surprise and stands up. The second he takes a step towards me, Mason growls out loudly. Stop there. You are not to come any closer to her. Mason. Or should I say Gray Mason's wolf barks out. I begin to rub my hand up and down his back to comfort him. It obviously works because his tense body calms. Excuse you. My dad yells. She's my daughter. Yeah, and she's my mate and Luna. Mason snaps. I don't give a damn what you think she is. She belongs to me. I am her father. My dad yells. Bullshit. She belongs to me and only me, she's mine. Mason's voice reaches a level I didn't even know existed. Stop, please, Daddy, I belong to Mason. I'm his mate and Luna, just like he is my mate and Alpha. I yell and Mason smirks. Oh, just you wait, Mason Riddle. I ain't finished yet. And Mason. This is my dad. You don't have to go all possessive, protective mate on him. I say coolly. Like hell I don't, he tried to take you away from me. He doesn't want you with me and he was helping Max. He yells. His eyes start to turn black as he begins shaking. I can tell he is fighting with Gray for control. I have to calm him down, so I do the one thing I know that will. I lean up on my tiptoes and kiss him passionately. He reacts instantly and pulls me closer to him by my waist. His hands start to trailer lower on my back. A loud growl causes us to break apart. We turn to face my dad, who looks angry. I swear if you touch her like that again, I will kill you, my dad threatens. Instead of growling or cursing him out, Mason just laughs. Why the hell are you laughing, Daddy barks? Because I touch her like this. Mason beings to say and moves his hand down until it rests on my ass. And more, all the time. That's it, my dad yells and starts to beat on his cage. Enough, I scream. Mason, go wait for me at the end of the hall. I command. He scoffs. I don't think so, kitten. I turn around and give him my best glare. I rip out of his embrace and point down the hall. He continues to stand there until I say, if you don't get down the hall, Mason, I will never have sex with you. At an inhuman speed, Mason runs down the hall, sits on the bottom step, and glares at me and my father. My dad then scoffs and mumbles something under his breath that I can't understand. I turn to face him, and his betrayal breaks my heart again. Well, not literally, because the only thing that could actually break a wolf's heart is their mate rejecting them. And I highly doubt that's going to happen. The tears start to form in my eyes and I take a step forward. Why, Daddy, why did you do it? I choke out. Paisley, baby, you wouldn't understand. He sighs. No. Don't you dare start that shit, Dad. I'm a grown wolf now and can handle the truth, so don't you dare lie to me. I bark out. He sighs again. Okay. When you were born the alpha's only daughter, making you very special. People knew when you got older that you would be strong and powerful, that you would make amazing pups. He trails off. Okay, and I motion for him to continue. Max's father called for a meeting when you were 5. He said you were to be mated with Max when you turned 18 or else. Else meaning he would kill you. He chokes out. I told your mom and she said to decline the deal and that we would protect you with our lives. When your mom died, I decided I couldn't live without you alive and safe, so I called Max's dad back. I was only trying to protect you. I thought I was doing the right thing to keep you alive, and I obviously wasn't. I'm sorry, baby girl, I never meant to hurt you or your brother. At the end of his explanation, he's bawling like a baby. I can't take it. I grab the keys, unlock the cell, and pull him out. I hug him as tight as I can manage. He sighs relieved and holds me tighter to him. I love you, Paisley, he says through sobs. I love you too, Daddy, I exclaim. After a few minutes, he releases me, and Mason is at my side, pulling me to him in an instant. He kisses the top of my head and nuzzles his head into my neck. Smelling my scent. Paisley, my dad questions. Yes, Daddy, Max isn't gonna stop, though. He's already planned another attack. And another one. And another one. And another one. He's not gonna stop until he gets you. He growls. Or until I kill him, Mason roars and pulls me even closer. It's okay, baby. I'm not gonna let him take you or even come near you, Mason promises and kisses me tenderly. My dad makes a gagging noise behind us and says, yeah, that's gonna take some getting used to. Me and Mason both laugh and continue to hold each other tightly. I won't let anything or anyone come between my family and I again, and that's a promise. Baby, wake up. Mason coos in my ear. After talking with my dad last night, it was late, so Mason and I crawled into bed and cuddled until we fell asleep. I open my eyes when I feel Mason's soft, warm lips on my neck, sending explosive shocks of pleasure all through my body. I immediately wrap my arms around his neck, pulling him closer to me. He eases himself on top of me and uses one hand to gently touch the inside of my thigh while the other rakes through my hair. I let out a moan which causes him to smirk against my neck. Really, don't try to tease me, because it won't end well. I flip us over so I'm straddling him. My long hair falls over his face and he pushes it behind my ear, making my smile widely. He looks at me for a second before he leans up and presses his lips on mine. He pulls us back down and continues to kiss me passionately. I can't control myself anymore, so I begin to move against him. He lets out a pleasing sound. He flips us back over. He obviously likes being in charge, which is fine by me. I trail my hands down his chest. He breaks the kiss and pulls away. What the hell? He gets up and sits on the edge of the bed, his back towards me. Mason. What's the matter? I asked, concerned and hurt. He turns around and sees my hurt expression. His eyes immediately soften. Nothing, kitten. I stealth. I was about to lose control, and I want our first time to be special. I don't want you to feel any pain, but only pleasure. Pleasure that only I can give you, he says huskily at the end. Okay. I believe you and, thanks. It means a lot that you want my first time to be special. I say honestly, anything for you, baby. He assures me and places a gentle kiss to my forehead. Okay, now get up and get dressed. I'm taking you out tonight, he says happily. Like on a date, I ask with a grin. Yep, he says and pops the peh. Oh my gosh, he's trying to hold back his smile. He is so cute, okay. I get up and run into the bathroom, leaving him to get dressed. I take a quick shower and then dry my hair. I come out of the bathroom and Mason's nowhere in sight. That's weird. I get dressed in black lace underwear and put on a summer dress since the weather has heated up drastically. I pin my hair back and slip on my gold flip-flops. I walk down the stairs to find Mason, but instead I find a letter with a red rose beside it. I rip open the letter and begin to read it. Dear Kitten, Throughout the day, you will find letters that will lead you to the destination of our date. I can't wait to see you tonight. I already know you will look stunning. As usual. However, I don't want you wandering out alone, so Dawson will be joining you on your expedition. I love you so much, love. Mason. Oh, he is so cute. I love him so much. I wonder what he has planned for us. Sissy, where are you going? Jamie comes in the kitchen yelling while I'm walking out. I'm going to meet Mason somewhere, Bubba. I say, and he gives me a mischievous grin. No, you're not, he says, as if the conversation doesn't interest him at all. Yes, I am. I respond back. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I don't get to finish yelling at Jamie because Dawson and my dad walk in the room. Will you both please shut the hell up? Dawson yells, but I can tell it's playfully. Jamie being a 4-year-old and me being, well, me. Both stick out our tongues at him. Am I crazy because I actually missed moments like this? My dad asks with a happy grin. After I went to bed, my dad and Jamie stayed up together playing cars, watching TV, and joking around. I'm really happy. My dad's back. I missed him so much. Yes, Dawson. Jamie. And I all say in unison. My dad just flips us off and we all burst out laughing. Yeah, ready? Dawson asks. I simply nod and head towards the door. But before I can open it, my dad stops me. Where are you going? He questions. Well, I guess I'm going on a scavenger hunt that leads to Mason and I's date. I answer wearily. I know my dad accepted Mason and I's relationship, but that doesn't mean he likes it. Okay, sweetie. I love you and stay safe. He kisses the top of me head and walks back into the kitchen. Okay, come on, we ain't got all day, Dawson screams from the car. Oh, shut the hell up. I'm coming, I yell back. I run to the car and open the door. I hop in and buckle my seatbelt. Once I turn to face Dawson, I see he is grinning at me like an idiot. What? I ask, confused. Oh. Nothing, he says happily and hands me another envelope with a red rose taped to it. I rip open the envelope and immediately recognize Mason's neat handwriting. Dear kitten, thank you for accepting this date. I love you so much, always remember that. I would have you go to where we first met, but I think that's kind of out of the question considering everything that's going on. So instead, I need you to go where the flowers bloom naturally yet unnaturally, where a human has the biggest impact. I can also probably guess Dawson is grinning at you like an idiot right about now. So, do me a favor and smack him upside the head. Love you, baby. See ya, soon. Love. Mason. Without taking my eyes off the letter, I lean over and smack Dawson upside the head. Like a boss. Ow, what was that for? He yells. Mason told me to, is all I say, and it seems he needs no more explanation. What the heck does this mean? Where the flowers grow naturally, yet unnaturally. Where a human has the biggest impact. I read Mason's words over and over again out loud. Try a flower shop, dumbass. Dawson says sarcastically. Oh, that actually makes perfect sense. Where's the closest one? I ask hopefully. It's about 2 blocks away. I'm here to help you throughout the day. So if you need anything, just ask, he says reassuringly. I never noticed how loyal and hardworking Dawson really is. I guess I owe him big time for this. Thanks, Dawson. For everything. No problem, Luna. He says when we pull up to the flower shop. Okay, Mason. I will help you. But only because Paisley is my best friend and you're her mate. Keela, Paisley's best friend, tells me. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. I thank her. You're welcome. But if you start crying on me, I'll kick your butt, she threatens, even though I know she wouldn't because I am still an alpha. What is this date for exactly? Kyla asks when we reach the destination of Paisley and I's date. I take a deep breath before I answer her. I'm going to ask Paisley to marry me. Once I walk into the flower shop, the smell of roses instantly fill my nose. Wow. I mutter in astonishment. I look around and all I see is flowers everywhere, daisies, lilies, sunflowers, and finally, Roses. Actually, it's a huge bouquet of roses. With my name on them. Here you go, Luna. The alpha wanted me to give this to you. A sweet older woman says while handing me yet another envelope with a rose taped to it. I quickly open and read it. Dear Paisley, I see you found the bouquet of roses I left for you. I know roses are your favorite flower, so I thought I would keep the theme going. Anyways, your next clue is rather simple. Go to the place that is heated with our moments and washes them away. I love you so much, baby. Please hurry, love. Mason. Heated with our moments and washes them away. Oh my gosh, the shower, that makes sense, but there is one thing I don't understand. Why in the hell is my next clue in our shower back at the house I just came from? If Mason is joking around, I'll kill him, okay, Dawson? It looks like we are going back home. I inform him. Really, I'm gonna kill that jackass for making me run all over creation, Dawson snarls playfully. Yeah. Sure. I respond. We walk out of the store and climb back into the car. We sit in silence for about 5 minutes before I break it. Dawson, yes, Luna, he asks. 1. It's Paisley. You don't have to be so formal with me. We have known each other for a while and you're my mate's best friend and beta. I tell him stiffly. I know I'm the Luna and all, but I'm still Paisley. I don't need a title or anything. However, I'm happy to have this title because it means I'm Mason's mate. All right, Lou, I mean Paisley. Dawson replies and gives me a small smile which I happily return. The other thing is, have you found your mate yet, I ask out of curiosity? I have wanted more friends around here, and if Dawson had a mate, we could possibly hang out. No, I haven't, but I am looking. He answers sadly, but there is something else laced in his tone. Hope. Well, I know you will soon, and when you do, she will be the happiest girl on earth, I happily inform him. He smiles and thanks me right when we pull up to the pack house. Right then it dawned on me that I haven't officially met the pack yet. Does Mason not want me to meet them? Is he ashamed to have me as his Luna? Does he think I'm weak? All these thoughts kept running through my head as I got out of the car and walked into the house. I quickly climbed the steps and entered our bedroom. I walked straight into the bathroom and headed towards the shower. I find the envelope with a rose taped to the door of the shower. I rip it open and quickly read it. Dear Paisley, I see you found your last clue. Yes. I know. Not much of a scavenger hunt, but I couldn't wait long. Your last clue is this. Come to the place where you said you would accept me. Accept this relationship. The place where you made me the happiest man on earth and will continue to do so. The place only you know about. My place. Your place. I love you, kitten. See you soon. Love. Mason. I know exactly where he is talking about. I run out of our room, down the stairs, and burst through the front door. I head to the backyard and walk towards the trees. I stumble a little when I see all the roses making a path for me. I follow them and gasp when I reach my destination and at what I see. Mason is down on one knee. Red roses surrounding him. He is in a black suit that hangs off his hips in the most delicious way, and his undershirt showing off his muscles. I cautiously walk over to him, thinking this is a dream and if I move too quickly I will wake up. Once I am directly in front of him, I connect my eyes to his. Paisley Darkwood. I have never met more of a stubborn, clumsy, arrogant, or hard-headed girl than you. You test me in every way. You intentionally irritate me and I love it. Well, that took a 3 to 60. You mean more to me than life itself. I can't imagine not having you as mine. You are amazing. You are the most beautiful, funniest, intelligent, giving, caring, sweetest, most outstanding person I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. I love you with all my heart. You are mine. I will show you how much you mean to me every single day of the rest of our lives if you'll let me. Will you do me the extreme honor of becoming my wife, of becoming Paisley Darkwood Riddle? At the end of his proposal, Mason is in tears. That's when I feel the warm tears streaming down my face as well. My eyes stay locked on his when he pulls out the most gorgeous diamond ring I have ever seen in my life. Yes, I choke out through sobs. Mason stands up and slips the ring on my finger. I instantly wrap my arms around him. I giggle when he sweeps me off my feet and spins me around. I'm going to be Paisley Darkwood Riddle. I'm going to marry the love of my life. Start a family. Run the pack. And settle down. I can already see Mason and I sitting in rocking chairs on our front porch in 50 years watching our grandchildren running around. I love you, Paisley, Mason exclaims happily. I love you too, Mason, I reply, just as happy. It's then when he pulls me into the most breathtaking, most heart-melting, the most passionate kiss I have ever felt, that I know what will happen tonight. I will finally give myself to Mason completely. I'm ready. Mason kisses me one more time before he picks me up bridal style and carries me out of the clearing. He attaches his lips back to mine and we remain kissing. All while walking through the house and up to our room, Mason throws up the door and slams it shut. Never breaking our intense make-out session, he gently places me on the bed and stands up straight. He begins to unbutton his shirt, but before he can, I stop him. Wait, I breathe out. Mason asks what is the matter, offering to stop if I am not ready. Explaining that he doesn't want to rush me into anything, I interrupt his rambling, affirming that I am ready to be his fully, and only his. I explain that I want to be the one to unbutton his shirt. Oh, is all he says and pulls me up on my knees on the bed. I start unbuttoning his shirt from the bottom. Each time I do, I plant a small kiss on his chest. I trail my lips all the way up his 8-pack and just take in my sexy mate. Once I reach the last button, I plant a soft kiss to his lips. I look up in his eyes and see they're pitch black, indicating his wolf is close to taking over. Mason then grabs me by the waist and pushes me back on the bed gently. He turns me over so I'm laying on my stomach. I feel the sparks from his skin touching mine when he begins to unzip my dress. His pace is slow and sends shivers all throughout my body, hitting my core. Once he's done unzipping my dress, he pulls it down my shoulders and throws it down on the ground with his shirt. He places a single kiss on my back before turning me back over to face him. The second Mason gets a glimpse of my lace underwear. He growls in approval, which immediately makes me feel a powerful connection to him. So beautiful. He mumbles and leans down to kiss the skin between my breasts. I make a sound of pleasure when he begins to kiss the delicate skin there. I reach down and unbuckle his belt. I pull down his pants, and when I can no longer reach them, Mason pulls them down and throws them to the floor. I can feel his strong presence pressed up against my core, making me vocalize my anticipation. Mason begins to place soft kisses to my neck and jawline. Once he reaches my mark, I can't help but let out a loud sound of pleasure. I arch my back, and Mason takes that as his opportunity to unclasp my bra. He pulls the straps down my arms as throws it to the ground. His eyes get darker when he sees me. He leans down and places kisses to my lips. I kiss him back immediately, and our lips move in sync. Mason looks at me one last time with worried yet lustful eyes before going any further. I nod my head, telling him it's okay. He hooks his fingers in my panties and pulls them down my legs. He does the same to his boxers. He leans down and kisses the skin on my hip bone before making his way down further. I can feel his hot breath against my core, making me confirm my approval. This man will be the death of me. No, you'll be the death of me, Mason huskily says, recognizing my thought through the mate bond. He kisses my lips one last time before opening my thighs. We both make sounds of anticipation when he reaches my entrance. He eases himself into me. I wince a little because it hurts, and sadly, Mason notices. Are you okay, baby, if it hurts? Let me know, and I'll stop. Okay, he questions worriedly. Mason. It's okay. Just please, I beg. I can't help but need him. And though I am nervous, I know Mason will be gentle with me. He nods and continues to move further into me. Tears start to form in the corner of my eyes, but Mason quickly kisses them away. I love you, baby. You're doing so good, he assures me. He then embraces me fully, and I moan in ecstasy. He leans down and kisses me while moving slowly, a pace that is just right for me. I can feel my climax approaching. Minutes later, we both reach our peak, and I moan out Mason's name while he groans. We lay there for a few minutes before he pulls out. Once he does, he places a kiss to my lips. Nose. Cheeks. Temple. Then back to my lips. I love you, baby. He whispers in my ear. I love you too, Mason. I reply. I can't wait to marry you, Paisley Darkwood. You'll become Mrs. Paisley Darkwood Riddle. He exclaims in happiness. I giggle in happiness at his dazed form. A couple minutes later, a huge yawn comes out of my mouth. Go to sleep, kitten. I love you, Mason says and kisses me one last time. I feel Mason pull me closer to him and throw the sheets over our naked bodies that are still closely molded together. I fall asleep to the sound of Mason breathing. In all my happiness, I nearly forget the looming threat hanging over our heads. When will we be able to live without Max's dumb threats? My eyes flutter open when I feel someone caressing my cheek. By the tingles, I feel I can tell it's Mason. Morning, baby. He huskily says and leans forward to press his lips to mine in a gentle and lingering kiss. Morning. I reply once we pull apart. Last night was the best night of my life. I'm so glad I waited for my mate. It was the best experience of my life. He was so gentle and caring. Just thinking about it sends shivers down my spine in a good way. Mason senses this and starts to press light. Feathery kisses to my neck. Mason, we gotta get up. I groan. We have all the time in the world. We can sleep in Paisley. He informs me. Him saying we have all the time in the world reminds me we don't. Especially with a wedding to plan and Max still being a threat. Mason, we don't have time to sleep in. We have a wedding to plan now. We have to set the date. Make a guest list. Pick the cake. Flowers. Venue. And I have to find a dress. I begin to rant. Also, Max is still out there. We don't know when his next attack will be, but we do know there will be another one. We can't plan a wedding during all this crap. What are we gonna do? You have your alpha duties to attend to, and I can't do this alone. I'm soon cut off by Mason attacking his lips to mine. I immediately kiss him back. We kiss for a good solid minute before we break away for air. Thanks. I needed that. I smile sheepishly. Anything for you, kitten. If you don't want to sleep in, can we at least take a shower? He asks. I ask, giving him a knowing grin. He just nods and picks me up bridal style. I squeal at the sudden movement. He walks us to the bathroom and sets me on the counter. He rips the sheets away from me and just stares at my body. He lets out a growl which makes me blush red as a tomato. He picks me up again and steps in the shower. I can walk, you know. I tease him when he turns on the water. I know, but I love the feeling of having you in my arms, he says while trailing a hand up my thigh. I stifle a moan and connect our lips. Mason grabs me by the thighs and lifts me up, wrapping my legs around him in the process. This boy is good. We stay like this until I can feel the water slightly getting colder. I pull away and jump down. I grab the shampoo and wash both our hair. After we rinse off, I let Mason condition my hair. He said he just had to return the favor, which made me laugh. After our shower, we both get dressed and walk downstairs. Once we reach the dining room, I'm shocked to say the least. Everyone in the pack, including my father and Jamie, are there. Once they see us, they start shouting things like, "Congratulations," and "We so happy for you." But my favorite was "Long live Alpha Mason and Luna Paisley." Jamie comes running up to me and practically tackles me in a hug. "I'm really happy for you, sissy," he yells. "Thanks, Bubba. It means a lot," I tell him. Next, my dad comes up and crushes me in a bear-tight hug. "I'm very proud of you, Angel. Your mom would be too." He tells me, then turns to Mason. "I'm sorry for how I acted. I thought I was doing what was best for her, but I obviously wasn't. Take care of my little girl. If you hurt her." "I'll hurt you." "Yes, sir. I understand," Mason replies. We spend the rest of the day talking to everyone in the pack. They all congratulate us in the engagement. After talking to Linda and Caden, we decided we'll have the ceremony for me becoming Luna before the wedding. Linda also agreed to helping me with all the details so I wouldn't be too stressed out. By the time we're almost done, it is dark outside. No one even mentioned our scents mixing together. I don't think they noticed with all the excitement from the engagement going on. That is, until Mason's grandma talked to us. I'm so happy for you two. I mean, first the marking, then the engagement. And now you've finally completed the mating process, she practically yells, which causes every head to turn in our direction. Great. Note the sarcasm. You what? My dad yells. Alpha Alarik. We all knew this was bound to happen sooner or later. I mean, they are getting married. Linda tries to reason with my very pissed-off father. By now, my face is red as can be. I look up at Mason to him, smirking. I give him a look that says, "What the hell?" which he just brushes off and pulls me closer to him. Yeah, I guess you're right. I just didn't think it would happen this soon, he admits. I break free from Mason's grip and walks towards my father. This is already really awkward, so I have to tread lightly. It's okay, Daddy. I'm still your little girl. That hasn't changed, I say and give him my biggest smile. Before he can reply, all the lights suddenly go out. There are stunned gasps everywhere. I feel someone grab me by the arm and pull me to them. I thought it was Mason, but I don't feel the tingles. What the hell just happened? I hear my dad yell, so I know it can't be him. It's okay, baby. I got you, someone says lowly in my ear. Their voice makes me shiver, and not in a good way. That's when I catch their scent. Max. Max. Why so tense, baby? It's just me, he whispers seductively. Except, to me it sounds awful. Mason, I scream. Shut the hell up, I'm not afraid to hurt you or anyone else in here. He threatens lowly. Paisley. Baby. Where are you? Mason screams. I begin to scream, but am quickly cut off by Max putting his hand over my mouth. He begins to drag me away when the smell of blood hits my nose. I let my wolf come out to see who is hurt. I can't help but have a bad feeling about this. I turn on my wolf senses and quickly scan the room for injured pack members. The sight I'm met with nearly kills me. Jamie. Jamie is on the floor in a puddle of blood. No, Jamie. I can't help but let the tears flow and scream, muffled cries into Max's hand. He can't be dead. I was supposed to protect him. I was supposed to raise him with my dad. And now he's gone. Sadly. My wolf can't take it either. She retreats to the back of my mind, sulking over her baby brother. The pain and depression I feel blocks out all the commotion going on around me. I'm still being dragged out by Max, but at this point, there's nothing my wolf or I can do. I shiver when I feel the cool night air hit my skin. My body feels like it's shutting down. The last thing I feel is being lifted into the air and set down in some sort of car. Lord, please me, please help Jamie. Mason, I hear Paisley scream, a heart-wrenching, ear-splitting scream. My heart instantly breaks and tears fill my eyes. Paisley. Baby. Where are you? I scream back. My wolf howls in my head, demanding, must find mate. I let my wolf take over and use our wolf senses to find my baby. I begin looking around the room and can't find her. However, what I do find breaks my already broken heart farther. Jamie, in a puddle of blood. I rush over to him and pick him up. I turn around and sniff our alpha Alarik. But I also catch something else. Someone else. Max. No. Paisley. I quickly mind-link my pack of the situation at hand. With Jamie still in my arms, I run outside where I can still smell Max's scent. He has her. He has my mate, and for that, I will kill him. No one touches her but me. I will snap his neck and make him regret ever meeting me and my princess. I need her back beside me now. I barely make it in time to see a black van pulling away. Damn it, Paisley, I scream, but it comes out more of a howl. The tears spill over and I fall on my knees. No, they can't have my mate. I was supposed to protect her. Alpha Mason, my beta Dawson, yells while running towards me. No one's hurt. We caught the scent, if Max, though. He pants out. They hurt Jamie, I say and point down to him. And they also have Paisley. I growl out in my alpha voice. My wolf quickly surfaces, and I can't control my actions. I don't want to control my actions. Not if it means I can get Paisley back. Take Jamie to the pack doctor and round up all the men. We're going to get my mate and Luna back. Now I say in a voice so inhuman. It even scares me. I will kill that bastard for stealing my mate. If he even thinks about laying a hand on her, I will rip out his throat. About 10 minutes later, we are all headed towards Max's territory. I will end him. When I come to, I'm in a bed. A soft one, but I know it's not mine. I try to get up, but am pulled back down by chains. Chains, oh shit. I frantically move around, trying to break the chains. But nothing seems to be working. It's no use, love. They're unbreakable. Max's voice travels throughout the room. Unchain me now, you bastard, I spit out. He slowly makes his way over to the bed I'm currently chained up to. I push myself all the way to the far corner, putting as much space between us as I can. He reaches over and pulls me by the hair towards him. I whimper by the force that's being applied to my head. You will not disrespect me. He growls and I laugh. You can't control me, so let me go. I demand. Now you've really done it. He says huskily. His hands begin to touch my body, and I feel intense disgust. He turns me around and begins to unzip the dress I put on this morning, causing me to panic. Max, please don't. Think about your mate. What would she say when you find her? I whimper with tears in my eyes. I already found her. We have a son together. Or we did before I killed her. I didn't want her. I only want you. He informs me. I wonder how anyone could kill their mate and be so heartless. I kept the kid because he's another version of me. He will be alpha one day, he says while sliding my dress down my shoulders. This can't be happening. Mason, please, I need you. I begin to sob loudly when he kisses my neck. It's the most disgusting feeling I have ever felt. Smack. My head turns to the right due to the harshness of his hit. Stop crying or I'll really give you something to cry about. Before he can go any farther, the door is knocked down and in walks a bloody Mason. Once he sees me partially dressed and Max standing over me, he shifts into his wolf. He runs over at lightning speed and attacks Max to the ground. I watch as he claws at his neck and chest. After several minutes of fighting, it's over and Max lays dead on the ground. Mason shifts back into human form and rushes over to me. I'm so sorry, baby. I should have been there to protect you. He cries into my hair while I cry into his chest. Did he touch you? He asks hesitantly. He just kissed my neck and felt my body. Please don't be disgusted with me, I sob and beg into his chest. Mason's eyes turn black and before I know it, he's back at Max's body with his claws out. He cuts through his whole body repeatedly. Once he's done, he calms down and returns to my side. He pulls me into his lap and zips my dress back up. Baby, I could never blame or be disgusted with you for what the son of a bitch did. I love you. He whispers sweetly into my ear. Let's go home. He says and picks me up. He carries me out the house into the cars. Once we get in, I rest my head on his chest and fall asleep. The only thing I can't think about now is my dead brother. Why, Jamie, once we get home, Mason lifts me up and carries me to the pack hospital. I can't wrap my head around everything that has happened. I just lost my baby brother. Words cannot describe the pain I feel right now. It's all my fault he's gone. It's not your fault, Mason tells me. Huh, I ask confused. What happened to Jamie is my fault. They killed him because of me. He's gone, I say and sob hardly into his chest. He walks into the pack hospital and lays me down on the bed. Paisley, baby. Open your eyes. Please. You need to see something. He says. I slowly open my eyes. My heart instantly leaps at what I see. Jamie is laying in the bed beside me asleep. Oh, thank the Lord, he's alive, they didn't kill him. Jamie, I yell and run over to him. He slowly opens his eyes and smiles a small smile. He doesn't understand how much happiness that one smile gives me. It shows me he's still alive, that I still have my baby brother, that I can continue to watch him grow up into a man. I'm so happy you're okay, Bubba. I thought I lost you. I sob into his shoulder. I kiss his forehead and cup his face in my hands. I love you, Jamie. I love you too, sissy. He says and falls asleep again. I walk back over to my bed and lay down. Mason kisses my forehead and lays down beside me. He wraps his arms around me and I lay my head in his firm chest. We both fall asleep, just enjoying the tingles running through our skin. I love this man so much. Kren weeks later. Bathroom. That's my #1 priority right now. I have been throwing up for the past 3 weeks. As soon as I open the door, I rush to the toilet and empty the contents of my stomach. Paisley, are you okay? My friend Keela asks me. I recall that Dawson found his mate. My cousin Lena from my old pack. In the last 3 weeks. And they have become inseparable. Jamie has also made a full recovery thanks to his wolf. Yeah, I'm okay. I exhaustedly reply. Paisley, do you think you could be pregnant? Kyla asks. I realize she could be right, because Mason and I didn't use protection. And I could have our pup growing inside of me right now. I might be. We didn't use protection. I admit. Okay. I'm gonna run to the store and get you some tests. Stay in here. Okay, she says, and I nod. 20 minutes later, I'm staring at 3 positive pregnancy tests. Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant with Mason and I's first child. Reality hits me hard as I slide to the floor crying. I worry if Mason even wants kids and if we are ready. Paisley, honey. Stop crying. It's gonna be all right. Keela says while rubbing my back in a comforting way. What if Mason doesn't want kids? What if we're not ready to be parents? What will my dad say? I cry into her shoulder. That boy is head over heels for you. Of course he'll want the baby. You and him will be perfect parents to your son or daughter. As for your dad, he already knows y'all had sex, so he won't be mad. He'll be happy to be having a grandchild. Just relax and go to Mason. He's gonna be so happy, she tells me. I nod and stand up. As soon as I walk into the living room, I see Mason sitting on the couch with Jamie asleep on his lap. I love how close they are. Mason, I have to talk to you, I say. And his head snaps up at the sound of my voice. Of course, kitten, he says and stands up, placing Jamie back on the couch in the process. I lead him into the kitchen and motion for him to sit down at the table. He does and waits for me to continue. Mason, I'm pregnant. I stutter out. His eyes widen before he smiles, the biggest smile I have ever seen in my life. He jumps up and picks me bridal style and swings me around in his arms. I can't believe it. I'm gonna be a father. He runs throughout the house yelling. I'm in his arms, giggling the whole time. So I take it you want our baby, I ask with a smile. Hell yes, he says happily and kisses me passionately. Hey, what's going on? My dad yells, running in with Dawson. Linda. Cut in. Lena. And Mason's grandma. We're pregnant, Mason yells once again. I jump down from his hold and wait for everyone's reaction. Everyone gasps and then runs over to us and pulls us in giant hugs. I'm so happy for you both, Linda says with tears in her eyes. I'm gonna be a grandpa, my dad and Caden say at the same time. I'm gonna have a great grandchild. Mason's grandma says, I'm happy for you, man, Dawson exclaims happily and pulls Lena to him. We gather the pack together and share the news. Everyone was happy for us, except one girl who gave me the evil eye. I just gave her a look that said bite it and snuggled into Mason's arm. I can't believe I'm pregnant. I'm gonna be a mom, and Mason's gonna be a dad. I wonder if it'll be a boy or a girl. It's been a couple weeks since I found out I was pregnant. Mason and I are now on our way to see the pack doctor. Since werewolf pregnancies only last about 4 months, we can already tell if our baby is gonna be a boy or a girl. I'm hoping for a boy, but Mason swears it's gonna be a girl. I'm completely okay either way, and we love him or her no matter what. I yelp as Mason scoops me up in his arms and walks through the pack hospital doors. You don't need to be walking anymore. I don't want you or our baby getting hurt, he says with a smile gracing his face. Normally I would tell him to let me down and that I'm not helpless. But with seeing how happy he is, I just can't do that. Alpha Mason. Luna Paisley. How can I help you? The sweet old woman asks from behind the counter. We have an appointment with Dr. Drew to find out the sex of our baby. Mason answers. Okay, follow me this way. She replies and starts walking down a long corridor with several rooms. She leads us into a room where we will find out what we're having. I can't believe this is actually happening. Okay, Alpha and Luna. Let's find out what you're having. Shall we, Doctor? Drew asks while walking in the room. Mason and I both nod our heads in approval. Okay, Luna Paisley, if you'll just lay down and lift up your shirt, please. He instructs. I lay back in the chair and lift up my shirt. I shiver once the cold gel hits my stomach. All of a sudden, this thumping sound fills the room, breaking the silence. That would be your baby's heartbeat, the doctor announces. And if you'll look right there, you could see you are having a baby girl. He informs us with the sweetest smile. Congratulations, Alpha and Luna, he says before wiping the gel off my stomach and exiting the room. Tears pool in my eyes while Mason leans down and pecks a gentle kiss to my lips. We're having a baby girl, I can't believe it. Mason exclaims excitedly and proudly. She's going to be just as beautiful as her mother. Wow. I don't know what to say, I'm so happy. We're having a little girl, I can already tell she's going to be a daddy's girl. I reply, I love you, kitten. Mason says while pressing another kiss to my lips. I love you too, I say. I'm so excited, I'm having a little girl. We're having a little girl. Let's go home and tell the rest of the family. Okay, Mason asks, and I nod. We have so much to do before she's born. We have to set up a nursery, buy diapers, clothes, and furniture. That's not even the half of it. I say stressfully, we have so much to do. How can we get all this down in just 4 months? It's impossible. Baby, it's okay. We can handle this. Just calm down and don't stress yourself out. Mason says adoringly. I nod my head and snuggle into his chest when he hugs me. He picks me up bridal style and carries me home. Once we get inside, everyone is waiting for us to find out what we're having. Okay, everybody. We're having a girl, Mason yells happily. Everyone starts congratulating us and tell us how happy they are for us and for the pack. So my little girl is having a little girl, my dad asks and I nod. Wow, where has the time gone? It seems like the yesterday you were in the front yard playing with your dolls, he says with tears in his eyes. I walk up to him and pull him into the tightest hug possible. It's okay, Daddy. I'm still your little girl, I say and wipe away his tears. I'm proud of you, Pais, and I love you very much, he says and kisses the top of his head. I love you too, I reply. I walk back over to Mason and he instantly pulls me into his side. He leans down and puts his head in the crook of my neck. I love you and our little girl so much, Paisley. I'm so happy you're my mate and fiancé. I got so lucky, he declares. I'm the lucky one, Mason. I love you too, I say and lean up to press my lips to his. Once we pull away, he leans down and places a gentle kiss on my stomach. Hey, baby girl. This is your daddy. I love you so much and can't wait till you get here, he says lovingly. I can't wait to make my family whole, my wonderful mate and our soon-to-be gorgeous baby girl. Paisley. Honey. Are you almost ready? My dad asks with a sad smile. I nod my head yes because I know I will cry if I open my mouth to speak. Let's go then. The rest of your life is waiting outside at the altar, he says lovingly. I can't believe this. It's Mason and I's wedding day. We will finally become Mr. Feeders and Mrs. Riddle. A lot has happened in the last 4 months. We have had our baby girl. Her name is Harmony Riddle. She is the cutest baby I have ever laid eyes in, and she's all ours. She has little curls of brown hair that have just starting showing. Her nose looks exactly like her daddy's. It's so cute. Her lips are plump and pink just like mine. What's strange, though, is her eye color. It's blue. A gorgeous, icy blue color. Just like my mom. Every time I look into her eyes, I see my mother. She is our angel looking over us and our baby girl. I remember the day I had Harmony. Mainly because it was just a month ago. Mason and I were in the living room watching TV when my water broke. Mason starting flipping out and I had to slap him to get him to snap about it. I still laugh at the shocked expression on his face when I did it. We rushed to the PAC hospital and made it just in time for me to start pushing. It hurt severely. I remember arguing with Mason during labor, telling him this is all his fault and that he will never touch me again, which made the doctor and nurses laugh. Soon after, I had my beautiful baby girl resting on my chest, fast asleep. Mason and I both were in tears. When he held her for the first time, I thought I was going to lose it. He looked at her with so much love and amazement. I knew she had him wrapped around her finger. From the very beginning, she had become such a daddy's girl. And now, here we are 1 month later on our wedding day. Since I was pregnant and couldn't plan my wedding, Linda took care of the whole thing. We have really gotten close in the last 7 months, and she has become like my second mom. I know the wedding is going to be perfect. I really do wish my mom could be here, but I know she's in heaven, looking down on us, smiling. Okay. It's time. My dad breaks my thoughts. I hook my arm through his and look up at him. I smile when I see the tears pooling in his eyes. He wipes them away and smiles down at me. It's okay, Daddy. I'm still your little girl. I tell him for the billionth time. He replies that he knows. But he just can't believe I'm getting married and have a child of my own. He says my mother would be so proud of me, and that he is proud of me. I can't help but let a tear escape. "Sissy, come on, I'm ready to give you away," Jamie yells while walking into the room. I giggle softly and pick him up. I kiss his cheek and he blushes slightly. He looks so handsome in a tux. As soon as Jamie heard Daddy got to walk me down the aisle, he got jealous. So to make him happy, I said they both could walk me down the aisle. "Okay, Jamie. Let's go," I say happily. I put Jamie down and grab onto his hand. I hook my arm through my dad's once again and start walking towards the door. As soon as the door opens, I lose my breath. The ceremony space is absolutely stunning. It's been decorated beautifully. Linda couldn't have done a better job. I hear the music start to play and I instantly grip my dad's arm tighter. This is happening right now. My dad looks down at me and kisses the top of my head before we continue walking to the aisle. When we get there, everyone stands up. They all look adoringly at me in my dress. Between having my old pack here and my new pack, I couldn't be happier. I look down at the ground and then back up. The sight in front of me takes my breath away once more. Mason is standing there in a black tux with a red tie. It all fits him perfectly. He is so handsome. He is smiling the biggest smile I have ever seen. His eyes are glossy and I can tell he wants to cry. We slowly make our way down the aisle and up to Mason. Before we do, I look over at Linda and Caden in the front row, holding my little girl who is smiling a toothless grin. She is in a puffy white dress that looks so cute on her. I can't believe she's mine. She's too precious. I look back to Mason and smile. I let go of Jamie's hand and lean down to kiss his cheek. He then kisses my cheek and tells me he loves which I happily return. I look back up to my dad to see him in tears. "I love you, Paisley," he says and pulls me into a tight bear hug. He kisses my forehead, then takes my hand and gives it to Mason. I look up at him and mouth the words, "I love you." He does the same, then we turn towards the priest. After a couple minutes, of him talking, it's time to say our vows, which we decided to write out. We intertwine our hands and stare into each other's eyes. "Paisley, I love you," Mason says, and I let out a happy sob. "I have loved you ever since I met you on the school's playground. I couldn't admit it because you were a girl and had cooties, but I did," he says, and everyone laughs, including me. "I don't know where I would be without you. You are my everything. You and our little girl. I got so lucky because I got you as a mate and her as a daughter, and I couldn't be happier. Paisley, I promise to stay by your side and protect you and our daughter forever. I will love and cherish you till death do us part, and then after that, you are smart, empowered, gorgeous, funny, talented, caring, loyal, nice, sassy, and most of all, perfect. I love you, Paisley Darkwood," Mason says. By the time he finishes his vows, I have silent tears running down my face. He quickly wipes them away and places a kiss to my nose. "Mason, you and our little girl are my life. I will cherish and love you both forever." We have come a long way in the last 7 months, and I just can't believe I get to marry my best friend and officially start our life together. You have no idea how much I love you. You're the most caring and compassionate man I have ever met in my life. I am so lucky to have you as a mate and husband. I know you'll protect and live us forever. I know our little girl already has you wrapped around her finger. I can already see you putting the fear of God in her first boyfriend," I say, and everyone laughs. "Damn right," Mason says, and makes everyone laugh more. "I love how goofy you are when you play peekaboo with Harmony, or how gentle you are when you kiss her goodnight. You're an amazing father, and Harmony is so lucky to have you. I love everything about you. I love how funny you are when we're watching movies and you make fun of the actors. I love how possessive you can be even when it's not needed. I love how your eyes crinkle when you laugh, or how sweet you are when we're together. I love how gentle you kiss me and make me feel like theirs is no one else in the world. Most of all, I just love you, Mason, and can't wait to spend the rest of our life together. I give my vows. At the end, Mason is crying. Okay, Alpha. Luna, I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Riddle and also leaders of this pack. You may now kiss the bride. The priest says. Mason grins smugly before leaning down and placing one hand on my cheek and the other around my waist. His lips then meet mine in a kiss that ensures the rest of our life together. It's slow and passionate, but probably the best kiss we've ever shared. Minutes later, we pull apart and everyone stands up and cheers. Mason takes my hand, and we walk down the aisle together for the first time as husband and wife. Once we're all alone, he pulls me in for another kiss that's a lot harder and faster. We pull apart, trying to catch our breaths. I love you. He tells me, I love you. I reply, let's go get our little girl and celebrate. An hour later, we're slow dancing at the reception while holding our giggling little girl. Mason leans down and kisses her nose and then my lips. I love you and our daughter more than anything. Mason says, I love you and our daughter more than anything. I lean up to kiss him. I love my family so much, and I know my wolf does too. She's so proud of our mate and pup. I grin at the thought of my happy wolf. I can't believe the Alpha is my mate and now husband and father to my daughter. Kiss me, kitten, Mason asks with his famous smirk. Anytime, Alpha. I love you. I joke and kiss him. Not as much as I love you. He replies cheekily. As much.